Did it play twice?
It was on loop. It was on like the third time.
One day you just got to make a stream that's just the intro for like 2 hours.
April Fools will be really funny.
Actually.
It'll be really funny.
That'd be great.
But like when we're still in chat, like talking to people, and they're like, "No, like we're talking. Like, what do you guys? What do you mean you can't see anything?"
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to After the Credits, episode 133. Holy shit! It's been a week. It's been crazy time.
Yeah, it has been.
I retitled the stream and thumbnail to like so many things to talk about because there's like 1,000 headlines and 3 different shows, and I just finished the like Superman episode. I'm like, that could have been the thumbnail alone.
I just
Holy
did too,
shit.
literally 3 minutes ago. I just finished the episode.
Holy fuck, that episode was crazy. I can't believe what I.
Yeah,
that show has the biggest whiplash I've ever. I think this.
It does.
What they're like.
I was so far behind in this season, so I just binged the last 6 pretty much within the last 2 days, and I couldn't believe the equality from one episode to another while just binging it.
It's
such a like a stark contrast.
It is whiplash. The show, like every episode is a different tone. It's crazy.
10 out of 10 episode, and then some like, what the fuck are we watching?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we have some crazy stuff we're gonna be talking about. A lot of MCU stuff has come out this week. Spider-Man is literally breaking. Like we say, breaking the internet. Office. It is literally. It has literally broken the box office. It is doing numbers we have literally never seen before out of any movie.
Some might say hitherto undreamt of.
It's crazy. So we'll talk about some Spider-Man. We're talking about an upcoming Marvel franchise that is maybe casting now. We got a lot of things. DC's but canceling everything they have currently. So we got some big. I guess Marvel's also canceling
some
stuff
too.
Stuff.
Yeah,
I think the superhero world right now is just going through a trembler of like, let's get rid of anything that might possibly be mid.
This is like it's like the end of summer rush. It's just like Comic-Con happens and then they're like, okay, everything's gonna just like hit the fan now.
Well, yeah, because it's like Comic-Con and everything that came out from that and everything post that, and now we're getting ready for D23 here very, very soon. So there's a lot of prep for that. Yeah.
I think what Marvel and DC are both doing, they're both just trying to like anything that could possibly not be amazing, they're just putting on the back burner right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, we'll talk about some of that stuff here. Let's say hello to chat really quickly. It says it's repeating. It is repeating. Hello, how's it going? I'm seeing Spider-Man tomorrow. Cannot wait. I'm glad you're. I'm seeing it again tomorrow. I'm going for my second viewing tomorrow. I'm excited. We may talk some soft Spider-Man spoilers. So if you want to be going completely fine. Yes. Might want to dip at a certain point if we go too far into spoilers.
There might be a spider and a man in that movie.
But is it a brand new day?
Ooh.
I tried to catch up with X-Men 97 tonight's stream, but I'm on episode 5 currently. What's episode 5? Is that the Wolverine episode?
I think that's the first one post what happened to Magneto.
Yes, that's
the Wolverine episode.
Yeah, I believe so.
What's this one? One more comment, but do you think Marvel will keep the May 2028 date or slot, I should say? I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Maybe just Marvel right now. They have not had a good reputation of keeping slots for an announcement in the last 3 years. So.
I mean, we talked about this last week a good bit, where I still think X-Men is 2028.
If it's not, it should be.
Yeah, I think. Can I be honest? I think we didn't get that announcement last week because I think they're waiting for
D23. Yeah,
D23. Yeah, I think they were literally waiting for something to happen.
Well, we got
in a certain movie.
we got one X-Men announcement this week.
Yes. Depends what you count as an announcement, I guess.
Sure.
But yeah, like that came out the second the movie came out. I was like, oh, okay, I know what's happening. All right.
Exactly.
Hello, Lena. How's it going?
Hi.
Hope you're doing well. But yeah, no, it's let's get into some news. There's a lot of things I want to talk about today, so I don't want to waste too much time. Really quickly, while
Time is of the essence.
pull up which ones I want to talk about first. What did everyone have for lunch?
Ooh. Would you believe me if I said I just had my lunch/dinner 30 minutes before the show or before our show started? Yeah.
Because
and
you
it
love
was
work.
and it was a nice little like breakfast for lunch/dinner.
Ooh, nice.
So some egg whites, some bacon, some toast with avocado, some nice stuff.
Nice.
I don't know. I feel like you can't combine all the lunches or like all the meals and pretend like it's 3 different lunches.
Seriously.
Ooh.
I feel like that's not allowed.
We were on the opposite end of barrel eating today, so
Reality can be whatever I want it to be.
Oh man. What's this? What's this right here? Feige recently said Secret Wars. The plan is 2 films a year. Oh, after Secret Wars.
This show is cursed. Absolutely cursed.
What a on council a couple weeks ago we talked about this news, and our friend Johnny was like, wouldn't it be funny if they get Dave for this? And like Dave is such like you know what this screams to me a little bit? This screams like a very desperate move.
It does, like he's got the body for it. I just don't know if he have the voice for it. I'll be honest.
I feel like
I have an idea. I have an idea. Like, what if they make him the body, but they keep our original actor as the voice, or they let
just ADR?
Yeah, I mean, why not? He's gonna be under so much makeup. Technically, you could, or you could then just put in your game voice actor as well, if the voice doesn't fit. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you should probably just have one person for all of it.
Generally.
Personally.
The only thing that I find a little odd about this rumor/news is that I remember specifically around the time that Guardians 3 came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Batista talked about taking a break from these very physical roles because he's getting older, and how much of a toll it takes on his body to build and maintain the size that it would take to play such a large figure, larger than life character. He basically has to get back into WWE shape, right? Yeah. That's why Drax was covered. That's why Drax was covered up the entirety of Guardians 3, was so that he didn't have to get as jacked, right?
I don't think he has time to work out though. I think it's like now.
Yes, but I mean, here's the thing.
Whatever.
Here's the thing. I will go down again the fitness route for a second. The muscle memory is a thing. Steroids are a thing. He will get to where he needs to be very quickly. However, again, that is very abusive on his body as somebody who has done that for decades and decades as a WWE wrestler, then as a, Marvel hero with Drax. Like, that is my only thing that this screams like somebody just kind of threw it randomly. Like, could it happen? Yes. But then he's really going back on literally everything that he's said, and also the direction that it's seeming like he's been taking his career. Like, it seems like he wanted nothing to do with these types of roles in the last 5 or so years. Yeah. Is like, this would have made sense 10 years ago for him.
Exactly.
But now, it feels a little odd. I wouldn't 100% say this is going to happen until I see Prime post the weird photo with him and the recast Atreus.
He's also just a lot like so a few weeks ago he was at one of the Comic-Con panels for Avatar. That was it, and he's a lot thinner than I realized he would be.
Yeah, like he lost I think over like 50 pounds or something when he first started downsizing, which is for a big, lean, muscular guy, that is a lot of weight. Like, that is very noticeable. And again, to put that size back on, it is going to push his body in a very, very unhealthy way that certainly even somebody half his age shouldn't be doing. Yeah. But somebody that is at his age, who again has done that in the past, I don't think he should do that. You know what I mean?
This is also the kind of role that I would prefer an unknown actor to play.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna struggle, like falling into his
The suspension of disbelief and actually separating Dave Bautista from
Yeah.
It's always gonna be Dave.
Kratos.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
Like,
Like
it's always gonna be
when you
Drax
cast
playing.
when you cast someone like that, you want to have an unknown actor so you can see more of the character than the actor in the character.
Mhm. But again, I definitely believe that he was one of their top choices before, and
I
then
think
they're
so.
like, he's expensive. We don't know, all this stuff, and like
Right.
whatever. And then when things fell through, it was oh shit, who's our next choice? Dave. And I definitely believe that.
Are they refilming everything from all the 4 episodes? Or
Yep.
just-
Yeah,
Okay, damn.
they're just
And
gonna
it
start
also-
from scratch.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then it also came out yesterday that they're going to be recasting the young child for season 2.
I just assume that's for
Um,
time jump reasons, though.
Yeah, I actually don't mind that. I know people are like losing their minds over that.
No,
but
I honestly think that might have always been the plan.
that's
Like,
fine.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
not the end of the world.
Yeah, that makes
to me.
sense. Yeah.
Raven's in the chat. Welcome, Raven. He was in our pipeline this week. Shout out to him. Go check out his stuff. I think they should partially cancel the God of War show at this point. It seems
it's
like
so
it's not going to work
cursed.
out. I won't say spoil it, but I'm definitely I cancel it. But I'm. It does feel like they're not the most lucky right now, so we'll see.
No, but also I trust Amazon Prime.
I would agree with that. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. This show will be interesting to see when it kind of finally comes into the sphere of
In probably 2028 at this point.
Sure. What else do we have on the docket? Okay, you know what? Let's talk about this. I feel like we started with Marvel, and I think we're going to transition back into Marvel. Spider-Man: Brand New Day already crossed $1 billion globally with a budget of $225 million. Dear God.
I mean, it did like 900 of that, 900 million of that billion over the weekend.
Over the weekend,
Yeah.
This
is unheard of.
I think because Brand New Day got China, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. The
No
international
Way
release.
Home, yeah, No Way Home didn't get China.
Yeah.
And I think No Way Home would have had similar numbers if it did get China. That's what I realized.
Why is it? Is it the like magic part of that? Is that why? Is that
For
why
No
they
Way-
didn't get China?
Oh
Yeah.
no, it's because of the Statue of Liberty fight.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked. I am shocked by like the amount. Like I never expected this
especially
level.
Here's the thing about Spider-Man. Before Far From Home, not a single Spider-Man movie even crossed $1 billion. A bunch came close, but like crazy. And also statistically, the last Punisher movie that came out in theaters only made $10 million globally worldwide.
Mhm.
Punisher in another movie, and now he gets $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
man.
think- Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say I didn't even think about that, but with how successful this movie is, I think isn't it tracking to do 2 billion eventually? Like
The tracking numbers are saying $2 billion by the end of next week.
I don't know
which
if I
is
believe all
I
that.
don't buy it.
insane.
Like, if it does,
That'd be
that's-
awesome. But
Endgame took 11 days, and they made $200 million more than Brand New Day opening weekend,
Yeah,
and it took them 11 days.
yeah. I would say maybe by the time it comes out in IMAX, because IMAX releases
About a
end
week,
of this
yeah.
week, next week. Yeah. So maybe after that, like IMAX weekend and everything, potentially.
Potentially.
And they're-
But like
and they're
this
also
is
taking Odyssey out of IMAX early to put in
yeah,
Spider-Man, which is
because people
so
want to see
funny.
it. Yeah, the
And can we-
one Tom Holland movie dethroning another Tom Holland.
I
movie is
mean,
crazy.
Odyssey will cross $1 billion in a few weeks too. Probably within
Can
a
we
week.
just
actually.
talk about that household? Like Tom and Zendaya is about to have $2 billion
Mhm.
movies in theaters at the
At
same
the same
time.
Don't
Dear
forget about
God,
Uncle
Dear
Frank.
God,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm just saying because they're in the same household. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
they're like Scrooge McDucking it pretty soon. They're just gonna be swimming in a pile of gold coins. It's crazy.
yeah. They can literally just like nap for the next 2 years,
Frank wouldn't
3
like that
years, and then yeah, that's true. I mean, he was caught napping in the movie, but they could
I've also-
literally not do anything for like the next
Literally.
3 to 5 years. Come out with
It'll be fine.
Spider-Man 5, and yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fine.
Tom
Here's the
could
thing:
just do
Sony
this
have
forever.
to keep making Spider-Man
Yes.
movies forever. So
Yeah, I know in some of the interviews, Tom Holland was talking about how they like have ideas and plans and stuff on how they can like pass the torch to Miles Morales. He's gonna play Spider-Man for the next 30 to 50 years. Like, I'm not even joking. He's going to continue to come
he's
back
played Spider-Man
until
longer
the
than
end
Tobey
of
and
time.
Andrew.
Yes. Yeah, like Tom Holland will be Spider-Man until the end of time. And I think he's going to get sick of it one day. But like he is going like definitively now, because of how well this movie did, like 5-10 years down the track, you think of Spider-Man. Unfortunately, people aren't going to think as much about Toby and Andrew anymore, and it'll be be the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
I think because of the success, though, we get a higher chance of getting TASM 3. I think they see the success, and they have a chance of in the next 20 years that at some point we get TASM 3.
Sure.
And a Punisher movie.
Yes.
We're gonna, it's
And a Hulk movie.
Maybe.
I
Maybe.
do need people to stop being like, oh, all right, when's he gonna pass the mantle? Tom Holland is 30. He's not 40. He's not 50. He's not 60.
Also, even when they introduce Miles, they still might not pass the mantle for
Right, just because they
That's what I-
bring in Miles, he can still be a supporting character.
Yeah, like they might not pass the mantle for like 3 to 4 movies after Miles becomes Spider-Man.
Let's set a timer. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think and like even if he does like take a break, like normalize characters taking breaks and not dying, right? I think Hugh Jackman fell into this where it's like, all right, I'm done with the character. He was not done with the character, and he wanted to come back eventually. I would have.
And then, or you go the Robert Downey Jr. route where you do kill the character and the actor wants to come back so bad that you reinvent a already existing character just so the actor can come back.
I think there are many characters that want to be like in these superhero roles for so many years, and there's in 20, 30 years, I'm like, are we still going to have like what Marvel character will still be the same character in 20 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Ian
will David
McKellen-
Cornswell be Superman in 20 years? Like,
Ian McKellen started his superhero career at 50 years old. So Tom could do it for the next 20 years, and he would be the same age Ian was when he started his career. Like, he can do this for the next 40 years if they wanted him to. He's in that. I don't think he wants to. I think he'll.
To be fair, at one point he didn't want to do it by the time he was 30. So
someone just said that.
Yeah.
So like.
But hey, the Marvel money talks as well. So
I think we got at least a good 10 years left on top.
So here's what I asked then. Is Spider-Man the only character in the superhero world right now that will consistently make money? That you know for sure will make money?
I think Batman's in that category too.
I think Batman is the only other one.
Yeah. I
wish I could say Superman, but I can't.
No.
Do we count Avengers? Because I think Avengers is probably in that camp too. But that's
but we got to see how Doomsday does. We got to see. I got to see how Doomsday does first. If it
imagine Doomsday doing worse than Spider-Man did.
Yeah, and if it does, then I think it will too. To be fair,
I don't think there's
especially if Spider-Man is not in it as well.
I don't think
this version of Spider-Man at least
might be. I think they're going to tease a post-credit scene for Secret War, and I honestly think there's a chance Spider-Man might be in that, like him getting recruited by someone.
That's not like a halt on Doomsday though. That's just like these. Like this is literally doing something we've never seen a single film in cinema ever do to this level. Like we also have to keep in mind, August has nothing. There's one big movie at the end of August, which means they have the next 3 to 4 weeks to make bank, and even then, like going into like September,
September doesn't have anything either.
There's a couple things, like you have like the Endgame re-release, which isn't going to do all that. There's a DreamWorks movie, a couple of small things. They're going to make bank August, September, and maybe even into October.
Yeah,
nothing stops.
This movie just needs to stay in theaters as long as possible.
Yeah,
and Marvel's pretty good at that most of the time. Disney actually, as a whole, is usually really good at that.
But you look at like the year Marvel had last year, and it's like all 3 of the movies combined are going to make less than Spider-Man.
Yeah,
and it's crazy. It's like
yeah. Well, I mean, Spider-Man is some big potatoes now, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Indeed he is. Good old
But
Peter Parker.
yeah, man, it's just like it's insane to see that, and obviously we don't need to go into craziness about it, but just briefly, as somebody who is not a fan of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, not necessarily him as Spider-Man, but just his movies as Spider-Man movies up until this point, for me to enjoy this one as much as I did, I'm very happy that it is performing as well as it is, if that makes sense.
Agreed.
I agree. I was just pulling up my next.
I was gonna say, what's next on our docket? I could sit here and talk so much about that movie right now, but
I could too.
I know we're not.
And will it be the best superhero movie of this year? Maybe, probably.
Ooh, I think so. Like,
I think there's a chance Clayface of a better made movie.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man is currently my number one of this year. Spider-Man is the first thing to top Obsession
number one
for me.
just number one movie in general.
Oh,
interesting.
I put Odyssey above it personally.
Interesting.
I have Odyssey at like number 4, I think.
Fair.
We gotta rank our movies at some point. I gotta think about that one.
All right.
I did update my Spider-Man ranking though.
I did too. Brand New Day for what I gave it, if I gave it a 4.5, is lower on my list than I thought it would be. It's like number 6.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's number 5, I think, on
number
4.
I just didn't realize I just like a lot of Spider-Man movies.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did too.
It's like
To be fair, on my rewatch, it easily could beat number 4 and 5 for me. It will never beat the top 3 for me, but it easily could be 4 and 5.
Yeah.
When do you see Spider-Man 5 coming out? My guess is 2029. Maybe. Spider-Man movies are typically
there is a chance for 2028. I'm just saying they did a 2-year thing for a long time.
For the trilogy, I could maybe
there is straight up a chance for 28.
Well, yeah, that's true because it's the start of a new trilogy. Maybe they do only want to take a couple years in between movies as we're building out this trilogy.
And also, Marvel wouldn't be able to announce a release date for it, since technically Sony gets that ability.
This is true.
Yeah.
Like we could have 3 that year, and it's Sony.
Yeah.
Right.
The only thing that makes me think not 28 is Destin first has to do the Naruto movie, which is next on his docket. He's also been very vocal about wanting to do Shang-Chi 2.
Shang-Chi 2. I think he's gonna do Spider-Man 5 before Shang-Chi 2.
I kind of.
I don't think they're gonna let him make another Shang-Chi movie until he finishes this trilogy.
I think
Marvel fucked up Shang-Chi. I'm sorry, they really did.
I love.
They just dropped the ball. They just they just didn't capitalize.
No, he was such a popular character in 2021, and
yeah.
I would prefer they give that to another director at this point.
I think I would too.
Yeah.
I would want them to find a director who can do the fighting as good as Destin did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. News thing that we talked about before. We're done with the Spider-Man spin-off. We're done. We're free, guys.
Spider Noir was good. Make us even 2 of that.
What up, Jake? What up, Joypad Jacob? How's it going, buddy? Jake, sorry, just Jake. Yeah, we are free of the spinoffs.
So we're not going to get Madam Web 2?
No.
I thought Madam Web was actually going to show up in Spider-Man 5.
Wait, we're not.
I thought Spider-Man 5 was going to be was going to be Madam Web, Craven, Morbius, and the Vulture is going to come back, and they're all going to say it's sinister in time.
Here, what annoys me about that universe, I think Kraven the Hunter is one of the best villains in terms of you could put him in Tom Holland's Spider-Man movie and it would work well. And I don't think they want to do it because of that movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I want Kraven and the main movie so badly.
Yeah, first of all, the next Spider-Man movie better have a Spider-Man villain, please.
That's my not even critique, but that's my one thing as like a fan of Spider-Man villains, where I'm like,
to be fair,
but there's so many Spider-Man villains.
I told my friend before, because I saw Brandon Digit last night, and I told my friend before going into it, if Jean Grey ends up being the main villain of this movie, I'd rather.
If Jean Grey's in the movie.
If she is in the movie.
Jean Grey's in the movie. Not everyone's seen the movie yet.
But if she was in the movie, then I would not give it a 5 out of 5. if she was the villain. So.
But I mean, I am curious what they're gonna do because like they do have to make Spider-Man adjacent movies to keep the rights that aren't the main.
Poor Vulture is
movies.
trapped in the Sonyverse forever.
Yeah, we're not. We're
yeah. I still think Vulture should have been No Way Home.
Like I feel like they have to do. Like I know they're not doing these spin-off movies anymore, but I'm pretty sure to keep the rights, they have to be making. You have to have a Spider-Man movie every 5 years. Their gap is 5 years. But here's the thing: Spider-Verse counts of that gap. So it's like, yeah, it does. If that's the case, then just keep doing Spider-Verse movies.
Well, then also too, isn't there an animated Venom movie coming as well?
There is, and a Spider-Punk movie.
Spider-Punk movie rumors are for a Spider-Gwen movie. If that's
then yeah, they can just continue with an animated Spider-Verse, and that's totally fine.
A much better idea.
And then give us access to redo these characters in the MCU proper, and just give us.
In all fairness, I wouldn't want this
better
version of Madam Web. I would rather the older Madam Web, but.
Yeah, and then you can always do like someone said, Miles. Like you can always spin off film with Miles and stuff like that. Like
there's a lot they could do with the Spider-Man IP. Like for instance, I don't know why they're making Spider-Man villain movies. Just make movies about other Spider-Man. You could do that.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I don't disagree. Let me.
I still think it almost would be fine to have Andrew Garfield Spider-Man fight Tom Hardy Venom.
Yeah.
Like I remember that theory going around for a while that they were
Venom is
secretly in the same universe.
Venom is technically dead in that world.
Oh, is he? I never saw the last one.
My bad.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Didn't necessarily plan on watching it either.
Yeah,
we talked about some good Marvel news, right, with Spider-Man and the death of a universe. Let's talk about some sad news. Marvel canceled a couple, or confirmation of canceling things this week. It is official that this iteration of Blade is no longer moving forward.
No, it's official that he left. Not the movie might technically still be made. He just won't be starring.
Sure. That's why I said this version of the movie is not moving forward, right?
Yes.
It could be like it's Ryan Reynolds' Blade is coming out, and we're like, oh shit, that's crazy.
And officially, he's now only played Blade as the Moon Knight Blade amalgam character in Marvel Zombies.
He didn't even voice Blade in that episode.
No, they changed.
No, but it's his likeness though.
Yeah. He did voice Blade in Eternals.
Did he? I was gonna say, yeah, he has a voiceover role in Eternals.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he does at the end of the movie in the
post-credit scene. Yeah.
Really? What does he say? I've still never seen Eternals either.
I can look it up.
I don't remember. I mean,
so it wasn't important. Got it.
That movie teased like 3 or 4 different movies in the last 15 minutes. It's like Black Knight, Blade, Eternals 2, whatever the heck Star Fox was building to.
Interesting.
Oh yeah,
in a movie that we're never seeing a follow-up.
Literally. No, but Blade asks one of the Eternals if he's truly prepared to handle the power of a blade, and then the movie ends.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I was a big
there's only ever gonna be one Blade.
The last 2 years, people were like, "We're never seeing this movie." I'm like, guys, let them cook. Guys, let them get Doomsday.
It was in the oven for too long. They burnt it and they had to throw it away. They were cooking for so long.
But my logic was like, they're clearly needing to wrap up this arc first. And so their plan is to get Secret Wars out of there, and then when it's a new kind of world, then they will do Blade.
I just feel bad. I feel bad for Mahershala. Like he seemed very excited for this character, and from what this sounds like, not only is the movie not happening, he's not going to be the character if and when this character does show up.
I think that's the issue now. Actually, like it's not they can't make Blade; it's that now he's almost too old to play Blade. Like,
agreed.
It's been almost 10 years since that announcement. Blade is not
which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, it was 2019. 2019, right? Blade is not a character that you will just you do one or two. Like, this is a character you want to play this character.
Yeah, where's our Midnight Suns movie? Where's our Midnight Suns movie?
I was gonna say, we need Ghost Rider to happen, and then literally we could just do Midnight Suns as a Ghost Rider sequel.
I think that's what we're doing.
Sure.
Bring back Darren's favorite character, Moon Knight.
I think they should start doing more sequels, like kind of what I liked with like the Marvels. Where it was very different in Captain Marvel, with more of a team up. Like for instance, if Thunderbolts have a sequel, it won't be Thunderbolts 2, it'll be New Avengers. So I think they should do more sequels like that.
Yeah, I like that. Where it is technically a direct sequel, but it's also I guess whether it's a good comparison or not, Batman versus Superman was Man of Steel 2.
Or possibly like kind of Man of Tomorrow, how James Gunn's is not a Superman movie.
Right, but it is the sequel to
Superman, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think it's too early. I think
I will say though, they only confirmed, like they only got finalization about that within the last 6 months.
Sure. Yeah. But they already have a director attached.
I was going to say the director's attached, Gosling's attached to it, and they've also now already made a movie together that's coming out next year.
You've also got the same writer as Starfighter too.
Yes.
It has a date, and also like they're probably going to start actively working on the movie I would imagine, end of this year, going into
I mean, this movie's going to start filming soon.
Yeah.
Sure. So, it's, to be fair, it's like Spider-Man started filming like a year ago today, I think.
I know, and that's actually something that I wanted to bring up. Like, that's a quick turnaround for a movie, but let alone a Marvel movie But it's because the director relied so much on, he had a great vision, but it was also a very practical vision, right? Mm-hmm. There was not a lot of special effects to be done. No. There was one character in particular that had the entire CGI budget thrown into them for one scene that took, 10, 15 minutes out of the movie, which was great. But everything else was done very practically.
Very practical, yeah.
Like you got like dummies on wires doing, swinging, and half the time it was Tom Holland.
Was the swinging mostly practical?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if it was CG or practical.
Yeah, there was a quote basically where they talk. I know what John Watts talked about it during his trilogy. He was like, the actual wirework swinging looks goofy, basically, and then Destin it was just like, no, like literally said the exact opposite. Was like, no, we're gonna do this as practically as we possibly can. And now we see what works best. And I think that is like the general consensus, though, is whether you like the movie or you don't, like story-wise, I think everybody can agree that visually it is one of, if not the best-looking Spider-Man movies. It has some of the best fight choreography, some of the best stunt and wire work that we've seen in the MCU, maybe ever, certainly in a while. And we kind of are back to that point where, okay, it actually has like a unique look to it. It actually has some sort of a vision. Like it wasn't just, dull, ugly, muted colors, like, boring static shots, that sort of thing. It actually had some pizzazz to it. And that was something I think that it's been sorely lacking for a while.
Yeah, it's his best looking movie by far. Like I actually said this to my friends. Every problem I have with this movie, if nothing to do with how it looks, nothing to do with a Spider-Man related character, it is to do with non-Spider-Man related characters.
It's just some story stuff.
Yeah,
could have been better.
I think we're hopefully heading into a new era for Marvel where we are.
You could say a brand new day.
A brand new day.
I want it to be in a brand new day for superhero content, because superhero content from 2020 to 2024 sucked.
We are letting. I think at Marvel, we are putting together a team of very talented directors, and I think we're letting Destin do his thing. We're letting the Russos. I'm still not convinced about the Russos coming back, but they are a very trusted group within Marvel.
Yeah,
they have done 3 movies outside of Marvel, and they all sucked. So that's what I'm like.
I think like Ryan Coogler is coming back for Black Panther 3, and there's rumors about maybe something else in the future. We'll get into that, but like.
And say what you want about Sean Levy, but for Ghost Rider, he's got a Star Wars movie coming out. Deadpool and Wolverine made over $1 billion.
I do. So that Sean Levy worked with Ryan Reynolds for 3 movies in a row, and I've worked with a different Ryan in 2 movies in a row.
I know, it's funny.
Yeah.
Where I'm trying to find one of the things. Here's the other one that I really want to talk about. That's kind of I'm kind of pretty sad about. Maybe even more sad, and that's Wonder Man.
Yes.
Is it more sad because we got it?
That's the thing. I think Blade, they just couldn't get it, and
we never saw a picture. The closest we ever got to see what his Blade would be is in Marvel Zombies.
Like they tried to get Blade. Like they wrote several scripts, got several directors. They tried. Wonder Man was ready. They had a team put together. They had early scripts done. They were ready to film early next year. And for some reason, they said, "No, we're good." Actually, after again, they didn't have to even pick it up. None like outside.
I never thought the show would get picked up. Like I thought it would be a mini.
Yeah, it was like it was shocking when they picked it up. It was like, oh wow, they actually listened to the fans for once. Like
Marvel's doing
this was something that was
series? No more miniseries.
Yeah, and something that was very different from the traditional MCU show as well. When this news came out, I thought it was Discussing Fish that posted this. Like I was like, there's no way.
I did too.
I was like, there's no way this is legitimate. And then I kind of had some copium there for a second. I was like, maybe this is marketing.
No,
but
which would be great marketing.
They also posted on TikTok like literally a month ago, like end of June, about like what the actors were looking forward to for Wonder Man Season 2. And I'm like,
yeah. Dude, I feel so bad for our main actor here. Like he's been in so many like canceled superhero things like Watchmen and
Aquaman,
and now Wonder Man.
He was supposed to have a whole Black Manta movie.
Yeah.
He's still better off than John Malkovich was.
Well, hopefully this means that even if season 2 of the show is canceled, at least the character will be coming back. Hopefully, still.
I hear that
I don't care,
right now
though.
with Marvel, like
I don't.
I guess not. I guess it doesn't really matter.
Like the joy of this is not because he's a superhero and because he can do all these things. Like we have that. The joy of the show was the show he was in and how different that show was, and the things that they were doing in that show is what made me love it. Like if he shows up in Doomsday, that'd be nice, I guess, but like, why would
exactly? For instance, like Moon Knight, I don't like that show, but I like the character like quite a bit. So I would love to see him again. But this show was better because of the show than the character for me.
I know Jake is probably very happy about this, right?
Oh, please. Hey, listen, I joined this stream and then I heard one of the most blasphemic statements ever, so I'm doing just great. They said every comic book movie in like from 2020 to 2024 sucked. That's just false.
I meant the era of comic book movies.
There was still plenty of good in there.
There was a lot of good. It was just it became hit or miss so much more than pre-2020.
Let's not pretend that everything before 2020 was a hit.
That's true. Well, they had Captain Marvel and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Hey, listen, people can complain about Captain Marvel all they want. It still made $1 billion.
That's how popular superheroes were in 2019.
And for everybody who's saying, oh, it's only because it was in between the two Avengers movies, then why didn't Ant-Man and the Wasp make $1 billion?
That's valid.
I will say, not that I think that there is I this is a big conversation that's happening right now.
I wouldn't phrase it this way, but their recent actions are not helping to disprove this.
That's exactly where I'm at. Where it's like
this and Blade within the same day, pretty much.
This and Blade and how they've treated Sam Wilson and
Ironheart
and Eyes of Wakanda, and
they didn't market that at all.
It's again, I don't think it's there. I don't think they're actively trying to do it.
No, it's just a string of like bad headlines that all compounded together do not create a very good look.
And then there's that Armor Wars thing that got canceled for Don Cheadle.
We can't forget that they're making Black Panther 3. We can't forget they've announced that.
Yeah, but I think
that's one movie.
Exactly.
It's like when you have 30 other
bare minimum.
It's like one successful franchise should not be.
How crazy is it that like each Black Panther movie in the trilogy
is gonna have a different Black Panther.
Is gonna have a different person as the mantle of Black Panther?
Hey, that'd be a cool thing for that trilogy. So, like you get a different Black Panther per trilogy. You don't like this one, you like this one.
After that, David will just be the main guy for I assume.
And they're probably not gonna do what they did in the second film, where they like split the responsibilities, where Shuri's the Black Panther and M'Baku is the king, which I thought was one of the things I liked about that second movie. I'm curious to see how Doomsday expands on that, how much we get of that. But I'm looking forward to just seeing the Black Panther be the ruler of Wakanda and the Black Panther all in one.
Agreed.
Let's.
No, I felt so bad for Yahya Abdul-Mateen. Like I was literally sitting in the theater for Spider-Man. I pulled out my phone. It said Wonder Man canceled. I'm like, well, shit.
Yeah.
It's just not a good time.
No,
it's
not at all.
Let's stay on Marvel for a little bit here. I'm going to give a
Marvel is weak.
Very, very soft spoiler warning for Born Again. We're not talking direct spoilers, but there is something that happens in Brand New Day that may lead into this, if this makes any sense.
Oh, you're talking about
the part where Batman shows up?
Yeah.
The part where Spider-Man's toes are out?
There's some castings that have happened this week that can only happen after Brand New Day is released. And we're going to have a conversation about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, slight spoiler warning. I think most people have did I say Born Again? I'm sorry. I did not mean Born Again. I meant Brand New Day.
I mean, Spider-Man Born Again. Actually, that's the spoiler. He becomes Daredevil at the end of it.
Yeah, that movie
because he spent too much time with the Punisher.
That movie creates problems with that series too.
So I'll give y'all a good 5-second warning.
Maybe.
5,
maybe
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's talk some X-Men. So there's maybe an X-Men-y thing in Brand New Day. There's some things set up in there that we might see in the future.
Spider-Man?
Can neither confirm nor deny, but possibly.
Apparently, auditions for X-Men have been happening since May. Do we believe this? Do we think that this could be accurate?
Yeah, because I really think they wanted to get a final out by D23.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you think we get a main roster announcement before the end of the year?
Here's the thing. I thought we would get a same day, and we didn't. So it's like D23.
The rumors. The big rumors. D23. The big rumors they're gathering it for D23.
And when is D23? Is that
2
weeks.
Oh,
okay. That's still in. Okay.
It's this month. Yeah.
Okay.
It's now.
Wow.
I could believe it. Like I think very similarly to Ghost Rider and more so Ghost Rider than Black Panther. That's a movie you can film while they're doing Secret Wars because this is
true.
A completely separate.
Yes.
Yeah, they could be like, all right, you guys film this while we're filming this.
And also,
and you can have a little bit of crossover and be like, okay, you guys need to show up in Secret Wars to set up your appearance in this movie and kind of.
Depending on where the X-Men set is, too, like it could be relatively close to where Secret Wars is filming because the same sort of thing was happening whenever Tom Holland was filming Brand New Day. It was near where Doomsday was filming, too. So, say he is in Doomsday for like a scene or two, it would have just been like a hop, skip, and a jump over from one set to the other. Exactly. So you could do the same sort of thing here.
Exactly. I also just think that Disney specifically is trying to, because D23, I think they've been trying to like really make it bigger the last few years. And I think they want to make a pattern of having their biggest announcements be at D23. I think that's what they're going to start doing.
Mm-hmm. I could see it. Because I feel like D23 is always like, hey, it's mostly shows and then one movie.
Exactly.
Like one.
They don't got no show to talk about right now.
Yeah,
we got Vision Quest. We have Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, but that's 2. Usually they'll have like 4 or 5 a year. That's the thing. Just to
Marvel Zombies. Marvel
that's
Zombies.
come back. You're right. That's come back. Marvel Zombies.
And
I don't know, maybe something for X-Men. I don't know.
I mean, season 2 is going to end right before then, and they're releasing seasons yearly now. So
yeah, Daredevil could easily have a trailer for season 3.
I think season 3 will be the final season of Born Again, though. I think that'll be the final season. I don't see Daredevil continuing past season 3.
We'll see. I think Feige said they're casting women first for the X-Men. It's really funny for people on Twitter to realize that all their coolest characters are the women.
They are? Yeah.
Like Storm and Jean and Rogue and Emma Frost. Like, there's cool both, but like they got some badass women on their team, and it's gonna be really funny to see these.
The X-Men are my favorite thing in Marvel, period. Like Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel character, but I take the X-Men over Spider-Man of a character. I'm a huge X-Men fan, so I'm really looking forward to this.
Oh, damn it. It took me all the way back. God damn
Darren,
it.
is this your way of telling us you're auditioning for X-Men?
Yes, of course. I'm going to be... Actually, I'll be Scott Summers due to things that have come out this week.
That damn it.
Sure you don't want to be Wolverine?
Nah, I'm too young to be Logan.
I mean,
I feel like I'm
Hugh
hairy
Jackman-
enough to be Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman was only 26 when he started the role.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then
He was very young.
put me in, coach. I'll be Wolverine.
Yeah, let's talk about this. Now, I do want to take this with a semi grain of salt, but I do think this is seemingly more accurate.
So a
Then-
milligram of salt.
Others, this did come from Deadline. Deadline is usually
Oh, yes.
pretty
yes, yes.
accurate, but I also want to say it's not confirmed by Marvel Studios or Kevin Feige. And that is Samara Weaving has been cast as Emma Frost in the new X-Men movie.
Yes.
Which
Hey, maybe
this came out
D23.
literally Friday night, the day after it came out, which made me think, they got a cast. Like they might have, which leads me to
That's
kind
true.
of believe the D23 thing, where like, they were literally waiting. For
Yeah,
that.
I genuinely think D23 will get the main X-Men cast.
I don't know. There are. I don't normally entertain, and I know this isn't in that same ballpark, but people have been fan casting these different X-Men characters for time and time again now.
It's true.
I usually don't entertain fan casts, but every once in a while there's one that catches my attention that I'm like, you know what? Maybe.
But also, I think DC and Marvel in the last 2 years specifically have really been listening to fan casts.
This is true.
Yeah.
And that's not
Shout out
always.
to Sholo.
It's not amazing.
Sholo's the best version of that.
That's not always a good thing when they do that though.
But they've been doing it so much more consistently than the last 10 years. That's kind of interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, like another probably the most recent one is like Jason as Lobo. I'm like, is he cool? Yeah. Did he do anything really pivotal to the movie? No.
Hey, but he was in it.
Yeah.
This is true. It's also funny seeing the fucking
crybabies
like, you should have mentioned it.
There's only 2 reasons they wanted that.
Yeah, I mean, this is great casting. Like, I see these photos, I'm like,
I mean, I love Samara Weaving. She's a great actress.
That's Emma. Like that, she has the face of Emma. Like I'm seeing these 2 photos, and I'm like,
sure,
that's her. All right.
And if you're gonna have a prominent female in like X-Men movies, that's not Jean Grey, Rogue, Storm, have it be Emma Frost. Don't pull a fucking Fox and have it be Mystique. God, that was just the dumbest thing.
It is interesting the age difference between Emma and Jean. I know that's something people have been talking about. With what's her being in her, is she in her 30s? Is that what it is?
She's 34. Yeah.
Yeah. So, which is fine. They're seemingly making her a bit older than I assume the younger cast. Like again.
That's fine. They don't have to be the same age. Like the X-Men are a group of like people. They don't have to be the same age.
Yeah, I mean, and depending on the incarnation, certain characters are certain ages. Like think about Evolution. You have your main cast as high school kids, or you've got your X-Men 97, and everybody's kind of like you would assume like younger adults, that sort of like.
And
so
also, no, there you go.
No. I'm just saying is depending on where they're trying to go with it, it makes sense. And I think after the setup that we saw during Spider-Man, I think skewing the cast a little bit younger makes sense. So that's why now some of these other rumors, like your Adam Driver rumors and things like that previously, maybe they start making a little bit more sense for certain characters. Who knows?
I agree.
Yeah.
But also, Samara Weaving also just like she's 34 in real life. She might be playing 28 for all we know.
This is true.
Yeah.
I am glad. Again, spoilers for Spider-Man. If you guys have not seen, I'm about to say a big spoiler for the movie.
Cover your ears, peoples.
I am happy that we can know for officially now. We've been talking. I don't know for months. That Sadie is Jean Grey, so we can talk about it and be like, okay, we are going younger. So all the fucking fan cast where it's like Scott's in his 40s, not going to happen.
Nope.
It has to be
How
someone.
old was Jean Grey meant to be in that movie?
I don't know. She's
So
a teen.
okay, so here's the here's
playing
the
a teen.
right, but it depends on what they
Sadie's in early
categorize
20s.
though. Is because she could either be 16 or 19, and that's still a teen, right? Like,
Yeah.
and it depends too, I guess, how much time will pass between
Sure.
where we saw her in Spider-Man and where she shows up in X-Men as well.
Sadie's 24.
And I know
Yeah.
Tom is my age, and he's playing somebody that's like 24, 25.
You say he
Yeah.
meant
Yeah.
to be about 24, yeah.
What,
That's
Darren?
always fine.
Sadie's my age, so we got
Oh.
that crossover there, Jake.
Nice.
But yeah, no, like I'm again, it's nice to know officially what kind of rage
Yes.
we're going in now, at least. Like,
Yeah,
it can
and
range in our conversation a little
I
bit
am
more.
so hoping that the next saga is called the Mutant Saga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Honestly, I wouldn't be upset if we were just kind of done with the whole saga label for a while.
that's also true. I don't
I
need
agree.
sagas anymore.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Marvel.
If you
right
want to
now
do
just
each
looks
thing by
fresh.
phase, that's fine. Like maybe like tell your story by phases. I can go with that, but
Go back
like-
to phase 1, where like
Chapter
phase
2, phase
had a-
1. It's like
Yeah,
a
like-
Fortnite Island reset.
I mean, look
Like
at what
they
did.
they take all the movies off of Disney Plus for like a couple weeks, shut it down, live event style, and then you bring everything back. Marvel Cinematic Universe Chapter 2.
Well, look at what they did with the two, sagas that we have. Like we didn't know phase 1, 2, and 3 were called the Infinity Saga until it was almost over.
Also, a saga doesn't have to be
They-
3 phases.
they
They could have a
dropped-
saga be 1 phase if they wanted
They
to.
dropped the multiverse saga like
Yeah.
During phase 5.
2022, 2023 when we still had a long way to go, and there's plenty of
How
arguments
much,
to be made that
multiverse have we had?
there's plenty of arguments to be made that there hasn't been the biggest build up towards what we're about to get. So
Yeah, I want to go back to having a villain for a chat, like a phase instead. Like
Yeah,
I
give
think,
us
like-
Mr. Sinister. Give us Mr. That's
what they did for
Yeah.
like Avengers with like Loki was perfect. Where it's like, okay, this is a whole story
Yeah.
within 5 or 6 movies, and do that again, because I feel like X-Men obviously has some of these big villains, but I don't know. I guess.
I mean,
Phoenix-
Loki and Thanos were really the only times that's been done because. Like, yeah, it was building up to an Avengers movie in phase 2, but there was nothing to indicate Ultron until that movie.
Yeah.
So
Ultron should have been that.
Yeah.
I think Ultron for phase 2 being in a couple of those movies would have worked really well. Like,
Yeah.
he could have been that guy.
yeah, he would have fit in something like the background of like an Iron Man 3 or an Ant-Man, or well, actually, I guess not Ant-Man because that was after it, but like there could have been seeds to him and things like Iron Man 3 or the Winter Soldier. You could have gotten something there.
I think they will do this. I think they've even
I think
talked
so,
about
yeah.
trying to like start from scratch and do something smaller scale. I think like something.
I've said who I think the villain should be.
Not small scale. Make smaller scale superhero movies.
Who's your pick, Jake?
The Morlocks.
Could. Yeah.
Sure.
Because the
I mean,
the movies completely ignored that side of the world. And if you
Sure.
want to care about the characters when they do go off on their big adventures, like see how they react to the mutants that are below them, not only on the totem pole, but also below them
Yeah.
in the physical sense,
Sure.
where you're having mutants that look like normal people but have to hide who they are, and then mutants that look really obscene and grotesque and can't
Sure.
go to the surface because they'll be prosecuted and judged. There's a
Yeah.
lot of really good story potential there that the movies just never did.
Sure.
Or you can
Here's
even
the-
just start human. Like you can have it be like Striker or something. Like
yeah,
you can
exactly.
easily
You gotta be
just
someone easy.
yeah.
A Wolverine
I don't know.
cameo or something.
I don't know. I feel like the movies both attempts at movies kind of ruined what Stryker typically
No,
is
they agreed,
because
agreed.
because he was not like this big military general guy before X2 got a hold of him, which I still
Agreed.
like that movie, but their take on
To be fair,
Stryker was
The
eh.
X-Men movies impacted the comics way more than people want to believe.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't necessarily need, like, it can just be
No.
like the U.S. government being the villain. I'm like, that.
Well, the
works
thing
with
is,
this person.
because
Life imitating art, Darren.
because of the way like the X-Men movies were, like recasting a lot of those characters can be tough because a lot of those actors were so good in those roles. But the villains are the one thing that they never did, other than Magneto, never did amazingly.
Yep,
That-
not a single villain aside from Magneto was good.
That they like, for instance, when we get Apocalypse eventually, like they have so much rain, we don't have a good Apocalypse to look back on.
Or a good Sebastian Shaw.
Exactly.
Or good takes on Sentinels. Or a good Trask. The list goes on.
Trask could be the villain too. Trask would work just as
Trask
well.
would be a good villain, actually. I think Trask would be good.
I will say one thing. I think, Darren, our theory will probably most likely never happen now because of how Spider-Man went.
Which
is that they could just do a extended Phoenix saga and make Jean
I disagree. I think this sets it up perfectly.
Really?
Damn it!
Would you like them to do that?
Yes. I think it makes that more impactful.
Interesting.
Because I don't want to go into. I don't know how far I should.
I know, we don't have to go.
I don't
want to
see
hints.
I don't want to see hints of that for years.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think I'm a little sick of that.
Darren, put a pin in that. I want to discuss that later with you. Yeah, on Thursday. Yeah.
Our talk, Jake, was she's eventually a Thanos. Like she is like a 10-year-long, 15-year-long journey at the end of the mutant saga.
Right, and you basically make it so that in a similar way to what they did in Last Stand or Dark Phoenix or whatever is, yes, you're fighting a teammate, but somebody who's built up a lot more,
If you can,
and there's a lot more backstory and a lot more history.
If you can model it like X-Men TAS did, where it was a whole season worth of build-up, then sure.
That's kind of where you do Phoenix first, and then a couple years later, then you do Dark Phoenix.
Because both times they skipped out on the middle Phoenix phase.
Yes.
Apocalypse, actually both to yes, but not for a while. Not movie.
I would prefer Sinister just because we haven't got him in live action.
I think Sinister's a good movie 2 villain.
Well, he was supposed to be in New Mutants, wasn't he?
He was, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. This would be good with X-Men 97, making people more familiar with the character. If you're going to bring in Sentinels, do Bastion.
Sure.
You could.
Sure.
All right, we'll make this our last main topic as we have still shows we need to get through today.
Shows. Who watches shows anymore?
Blue Beetle seemingly no longer on the market.
I guess no one's gonna watch this show.
I'll also throw in the main person who was working on Booster Gold has stepped away from that project as well.
Sure.
I would kind of want to talk about both those at once.
I think James Gunn needs to make a statement.
I'm exhausted. Like when James, and I don't blame James on this directly, but like when James joined DC, it was a sign of a new start where things weren't as messy and things were clean and things were looking bright, and we wouldn't have all these cancellations and all this stuff. And again, I don't even directly blame him. We're literally having a merger right now, and there's weird stuff. I think it's more of the Warner Brothers and HBO thing than James himself.
Agreed.
But I'm just sick. I'm sick and tired of this shit.
I think he shouldn't have announced anything first. Like, he's getting DC stuff out. But
sure.
Like, we've got a show coming out in a week and a half. Like, he's getting DC stuff out.
Sure. But I wish they never did that first announcement.
I agree too. It's like only 4 things from that slate not only are coming out, they were the only 4 things from our knowledge that are even like filmed or anything.
I don't even think a lot of that stuff was truthfully in the plan. It was just presented to say, hey, put all this stuff out there so it looks like we have a plan to get going.
The only other thing from that announcement I think was in the plan was Swamp Thing, simply because they had a director.
I think they should have been, and I think we talked about this last week, or maybe it was somewhere else. They should have been like Superman, Supergirl, Lanterns, and because he really wanted to do it, Peacemaker. And those were like, okay, these are our first 4 projects. Swamp Thing and Authorities and all, like.
I think he's starting to like get back. Like we're getting a Wonder Woman movie, and I think that'll be 2028 realistically. So I think we're starting to get back on track with that, but he can't do the C tier character right now. You just can't.
I don't know. I hope this gets reworked. I saw, was it Utah's that said it, or maybe it was someone in our Discord? Was like both the Booster Gold and the Blue Beetle show are on shaky territory, and they're like, just combine them, make it a Booster Gold and Blue Beetle show, and I'm like,
that's a good idea.
That would actually be I'd be
That'd be
into
fire.
that.
That'd be rocking.
I would like that.
So we'll see.
I think that DC really should just focus more on their movies than their shows. But at the same time, if they announce a show, promise on that show.
Shows carried them in live action for a decade when the movies couldn't.
Sure.
It did. It's true. It's true.
But
And
also, they
we are
didn't
worried-
have these budgets, right? They
It's
were
true,
these
yeah.
more smaller.
Yeah,
like,
and
Well, like,
Yeah.
because from we're getting what next year? We're getting a Jimmy Olsen show and probably Mr. Miracle.
we don't know about the Jimmy Olsen one anymore. Like, it hasn't technically even been greenlit yet, apparently.
But they cast a Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
doesn't
for
mean
the
show-
Jimmy Olsen show.
That doesn't mean that show's still going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, they cast for this Blue Beetle show too, and it's
It's true.
like right now we don't know anything past.
So we're
inside,
getting
like,
Mr. Miracle and
I'm-
Creature Commando Season 2
I'm
is what I'm
ju-
hearing.
I'm generally not one to say this, but who the fuck asked for a Jimmy Olsen show? I'm generally not one to say that because, like, someone will like some project that comes out, like everybody, like there's something out there
Well,
for everybody. I didn't see anyone who either liked that movie, or obviously the people who didn't like it, but I didn't see anybody clamoring for a Jimmy Olsen spinoff. Now, the one spinoff that supposedly is happening from that regarding Mr. Terrific, I saw a lot of people clamoring for that or something related to just that team period. No one was really asking for more of Jimmy.
I agree, but like at the same time, I'm open to spinoff. Like this is a terrible example, but like when Penguin was announced, I wasn't into that. But then DC proved me wrong.
I like the idea of a Daily Planet show. I think that's a great idea.
Too. I do too.
My issue is I hated Jimmy Olsen in that movie. So that doesn't help.
That version of Jimmy Olsen.
There are very few good Jimmy Olsen adaptations.
We got FTAS. We got Superman the Animated Series. That's that.
Yeah.
And you know, for the one episode of Superman and Lois he was in, he was pretty enjoyable.
Pretty good.
I come to Smallville.
Yeah.
No, that was actually James Olsen. Thank you very much.
Then you know what?
No, that's Supergirl. I said Smallville.
He was also James Olsen in Smallville.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
Damn, that's crazy.
And he's also pretty enjoyable in my adventures. Also,
I like him too.
I'm liking him more and more in my adventures.
Yeah. Some weeks he's good. Some weeks he's
some weeks he'll fumble.
He's a little much.
Yeah.
He's been all about fumbling lately.
Okay, I'm pulling up a logo here really quickly as we transition.
Lobo? Kidding.
Someone talk about their favorite pizza topping. While I pull this logo up.
Black olives.
Because
they're good, and most people don't like black olives, so then nobody will steal
like
your
olives,
pizza.
Period.
Yeah.
I don't like green olive. I don't like green olives.
More
too
pizza
much,
for
but
me, then. Thank you.
I don't
very
like.
much.
I don't like green olives too much, but black olives are fine.
Yeah, but I'm a classic cheese guy or mushroom.
I'll cheat and say 3 meat.
Fair.
The worst one for you, but I'm kind of with you.
What? 3 meat?
No, that's the best one for you. That's like the most protein. Come on, protein pizza right there.
I know, right?
You can turn.
Okay,
you can.
okay, now-
You ever make a crust out of chicken?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's the question. Raise your hand if you like Hawaiian pizza.
Oh, I actually had a Hawaiian pizza this weekend.
Not bad. It's okay.
Nice.
Made it myself at a little make your own pizza place. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my take on that. Is I'm not a big pineapple pizza guy, but I think the outrage for it is insane. I think the internet is in the site like
right.
People like what they like.
All it is a
like
combination of sweet and savory. It's like dipping your
Right.
French fry in your milkshake. That's all it is.
Right, like if you say you like it to the wrong person, then that person acts like you insulted their mother or something. It's like, calm down.
Yes, it's like almost a bit that happens online where like everyone adopts this like it's the worst thing ever. It's like, when's the last time you had it? They're like, I've never had it. So like, so what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Whenever
how
I
do you
go
know
to a
you don't? How do you know
parlor-
you don't like it if you've never tried it? Exactly.
Whenever I go to a parlor near me and they're serving it, I always go for it if it's there.
Sure.
It's like I got to be in a very specific mood for it, but like when
I would
I
agree
want
with
it
that,
and I
yeah.
like it, it's good.
It's good.
Now, granted,
Yeah.
I know people who enjoy pickles on their pizza, and I can't stand that. Like, that's just horrible to me.
I don't think I've ever
But granted, I just don't like pickles overall.
Well, that's a bad take. Jake.
Oh, I mean, I've got plenty of those.
I love a good pickle with like a nice like sub,
Whoa.
nice sandwich.
I was about to say, Taz, where's that going?
What?
Never mind. I just a lot of potential for bad jokes there.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Well, it's
nice
not letting me-
sandwich and a sandwich pickle.
Hey, I
Not
mean, I
letting-
love Subway, so there's that. You were talking about subs earlier.
Yeah.
That got me through hard days in college. I will never forget it.
Also,
Darren,
pickles
what-
are very low calorie,
in Comic-Con.
so you can just get like pickled chips and just like, go to town.
Okay, there we go. There's at least something I can add. All right, we're gonna be talking about
Who's texting me?
Batman Caped Crusader. Is it more mystery, people, Jay?
No.
Okay. Did that go sideways at all?
Oh, the thing on my stream last night?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, good.
I saw your comment. I was like, no.
I came in as soon as you said that. I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Like, that timing is terrible. Inside joke.
But yeah, we're gonna be talking about the first 5 episodes of Caped Crusader season 2. I'll be honest, I don't have barely any thoughts at all. So I'm gonna let some of you guys potentially take over because I'll be honest, I watched the first 5 and I'm like, yeah, those were 5 episodes of a show, I guess.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say I didn't finish episode 5. I started 5. But I've got pretty much the general idea.
We can do a
It
full
seems-
thing next week.
Yeah, it seems like it's like a lot of setup. I want to.
I
I don't.
get full setup season, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah,
Season 3.
At this point, I will say it's not as good as the first season, but like, it's
got a lot of themes that are as good for me.
yeah, like I don't know. So depending on where it builds to, it could be on the same level as season 1 for me, but I just don't necessarily know where they're going. Like, there's a lot of there was a lot of stuff that they showcased in that like this season on at the end of the first episode that got me excited. But yeah, there's nothing really of that big stuff that's happened yet. So I'm guessing that's all back half of the season stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I like the show more than most because I realized like when I watched it, like I loved season 1. Like I gave season 1 I think a 9 out of 10, and I didn't realize that was a hot take until like I started talking to people about it, and I was like, oh shit, okay, well I thought it was a great season.
Yeah. No, like I think it is like kind of like the perfect modern version of Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
Modern version in the sense that it's made in modern day, but it is obviously set.
Yeah,
it's set when Batman was created. It's set like in the in the 30s.
I will say I don't
right?
love his Batman voice, and I don't know what it is. I've never loved his Batman voice. Which is interesting because they're the same guy who cast Kevin Conroy Batman. So
yeah,
interesting, but
I think what's really interesting about this show is that it is from the perspective of almost an outsider's view of Batman, right? Like so many of these episodes were following like Jim Gordon or Barbara, or maybe all these characters.
But
and Batman's just there, and
that's
it's
kind
like,
of what I like about the show, though. I like it
Yeah.
because so I've seen every single Batman animated series, and this one's like kind of
Sorry.
right in the middle for me because yeah, there's some not so great ones. Like I wouldn't recommend
Yeah.
Beware the Batman. Don't watch Beware the Batman, but this one's falls right in the middle for me. Not as good as BTAS, not as good as Batman Beyond. Same level for me as the Batman, but even the Batman 2004 series I probably like a little more.
Yeah. It's interesting because I thought that we would change a little bit going into season 2.
Me too.
But like Batman is just still like the fact that he calls Alfred Pennyworth.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Like that doesn't sit
that.
that doesn't sit right with me. And like even in this, like I said, I started episode 5, like them just like in the car, and like Bruce is just kind of being a jerk to Alfred like all the time.
Yeah.
Which I don't like, and I get it from like a character development perspective, like he'll get there eventually, probably. But like I don't know.
I don't see the show getting a 3rd season because it was always going to get 2 seasons if it got picked up for 2 seasons.
Yeah, I don't think.
I just don't see the show getting a 3rd season. And to be fair, 2 years ago I didn't see My Adventure with Superman getting a 3rd season either. So here we are. That.
Oh, as of now, it hasn't officially gotten a 4th one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also don't think it's going to get a 4th. But
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. I'm not saying this to say that it's not a good show or not to watch it, but it's a different kind of Batman series. It's a little bit more slow. It's a little bit more story dialogue based. And not a ton happens necessarily episode to episode. It's more like the overarching story of the season rather than like weekly episode to episode basis. And that's kind of why it's dropped as a binge.
The thing is, if you're a Batman fan, I would say give it a watch because I think you'll have a good time with it.
Yeah.
I almost think it being listen, Batman the animated series is it's a very special show, right?
That's my favorite animated show of all time. Like,
as someone who's lesser on it than most, I can appreciate that show for what it is and what it did for the industry. Don't worry, Jake. I
don't get it twisted.
But sometimes I think it suffers from being the spiritual successor of Batman the animated series because sometimes it feels like it can't differ too much because it's so in love with what that show was that it sometimes doesn't fully find its identity. And again, I still have 5 more of the season. I bet they're going to be really good. I'm excited to see what they're doing with it. But sometimes I'm like, it doesn't sometimes have a lot of like character of its own to be like, this is what we are as a show.
I agree. But I also think that every single Batman animated series have always lived in the shadow of BTAS. And I think everyone always will. To a point where it's like, every Batman animated series has tried to do something different. The Batman did a younger Batman. Beware the Batman tried to do everything that wasn't Batman for some reason. Batman the Brave and the Bold did a team up thing. Like,
Well, and like
they all
like
try to do something.
Brave and the Bold was also very Silver Age focused.
It was, yes.
Yes.
But they all tried to do something
to BTAS.
Exactly. But they all tried to do something different than BTAS because of how good BTAS was.
It is very like animated series mixed with Matt Reeves' universe.
I mean,
those two had a baby, which makes sense. It is Matt Reeves doing
the same thing that like it's the same thing. The other big, two of the 90s had, like, you had X-Men TAS, Spider-Man TAS. They had kind of that same level of iconography, and then every show in those lines after that, like X-Men Evolution tried to do something that was very different from 90s, and they still achieved a good show out of it. And Wolverine and the X-Men had to be different from both. And then on the Spider-Man side of things, you had Spider-Man Unlimited, which tried to be Batman Beyond with Spider-Man, wasn't as well received.
MTV Spider-Man.
Then that MTV Spider-Man, they tried. And Spectacular had to be different from all of those. And then Ultimate Spider-Man comes out, and it's kind of the Tom Holland of Spider-Man cartoons because he's interacting with all these other characters around him. Which, I mean, wow. I mean, and like that's always I've always seen people, small little side tangent. They've taken like the 3 most popular animated Spider-Man prior to Friendly Neighborhood, which is TAS, Spectacular, and Ultimate. And a lot of people have, labeled or they've compared. They've said Tobey Maguire is basically the TAS one from the 90s, which I think is an accurate statement.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have tried to say that Spectacular Spider-Man resembles Tom Holland more. I'm like, I'd actually argue it resembles Andrew Garfield more because, like, Andrew Garfield and Spectacular they both had Peter pursue Gwen. They both ended their franchises with a big Green Goblin event happening.
They've ended their franchises with 2 things.
There's also a lot of Toby mixed in there too. Like,
and you can tell that some of Andrew's movies had a little bit of Toby mix in there, but they again tried to be very different from that, much in the same way that Spectacular was different from TAS. And then when you get to Ultimate Spider-Man, that's just when you're incorporating the whole thing of the larger Marvel universe around you. And for a while,
MCU,
for a while, Spider-Man, it takes a bit for him to become like an independent hero, but then he finds his footing. And then they make a really subpar spinoff show off of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry for that little tangent.
No, it's fine. I'm trying to. Yeah, like I'd say the first 3 of this season wasn't my bag. I was like, this is kind of, I couldn't get into it. I was like, whatever. I think 4 was the first episode. I'm like, okay, this is kind of the flavor that I think worked from last season.
4 is my favorite episode.
The thing I liked most about season 1, I honestly haven't, I've kind of felt about season 2 so far, but not to as strong of a degree. And that's just like the world building and how Gotham reacts to things that happen and like their take on Batman. I like that angle, where like
Yeah.
you have it focusing from like
Well,
the
yeah,
POV of Gordon or Barbara. I like that.
I do like that.
This is the most we followed Gotham since like B-Test.
And I like Hamish's Batman voice where it's like close to Conroy, but he's not actively trying to copy Conroy. It still sounds like it's kind of his own, but like a lot of the character dynamics here, I just don't particularly care for.
Sure.
Yeah. I think Barbara is the MVP of this show for me. Easily. Like I'm really like, I don't know, make her like do a spinoff with her as Batgirl, and I'd probably be more interested in what that would be.
Yeah, she could really it would really give her a chance to stand on her own.
We're already getting an absolute Batman animated series and a Joker animated series, but Batman's got enough animation coming out.
I agree. I'm just saying, like, I think I'd be more interested in that than the current Batman.
Sure.
And
also,
again,
not to mention, Batman Cape Crusader was also just the first Batman animated series in like 12 years.
Yeah.
Which is insane because in 12 years from the last one, there was 4 Batman series in 12 years prior to that.
Well, they were also focusing a lot on at the time, DC AMU run of movies, and then Tomorrowverse, that was filling the slot. And then there was some great stuff in there, but there was a lot of mediocrity in there too.
Agreed.
Yeah. I also just think like based on what I said earlier, like a lot of it is from the outside perspective, so we see more Batman than we do Bruce. And I think that can take away some of that like relatability. Like I think almost every great Batman project is built upon how much
one of my favorite parts of BTAS was there were just episodes where we just followed Bruce. And you just got to see Bruce like his life, and we haven't seen anything like that.
That's one of the reasons why I didn't connect with the Batman as much as a lot of people did, is because his Bruce was barely focused on.
That is by far my biggest complaint in that movie.
And people say, "Oh, well, it's year 2." Well, you see other Batman at earlier than year 2, and they get down the Bruce Wayne Batman duality. So
you gotta do. Well, there are some superheroes where you don't need the duality but there are some where you do, and Batman's one where you really do.
Well, my argument there is that's the entire thing, is he also doesn't know who Bruce Wayne is. Like,
I was gonna say he's mostly just Batman in this. Even when he's Bruce, he doesn't feel like he's developed a personality for Bruce yet. If that makes any sense, he's just kind of like a blank.
He's just there.
A blank
slate. He's just kind of like moving around. He's just
okay. No, let me. I guess the one time he actually felt kind of like Bruce Wayne was when he goes into like the experiment execution in episode 5, where he says hi to Barbara and Montoya.
Oh yeah.
I was like, okay, like he's somewhat developing that like personality kind of, but then again, he just goes back to being like a wet blanket. Like he's
these Batman shows, these DC shows, whether it's animated or live action, they just can't seem to get Montoya right. I don't know what it is. They keep failing. Whether it's Birds of Prey or Gotham or this series, it's like, wow, like you guys just really, for like half a season, and they ruined her, and then she left. No, like she's great in the BTAS days, and nothing has been able to make her that good since then.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good question to answer.
Nice, Taz. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
There's a very veiled joke there for people who didn't get it.
Okay. I thought it was a comment or something I wasn't seeing. Okay.
No.
But yeah, I think 4 and 5 were my favorite. I won't get into 5 because I know you haven't finished it yet, Taz. But
5 is very good for me. I really
5
like
I think is not because of Batman, but I think like as a Barbara focused episode, it was like, oh yeah, she's showcasing why she's the best character, and the way that
so far I like this one.
I was like, oh, this is that heart that I've been kind of missing this season. And again, I'm hoping the back half is more my liking. My favorite, I thought season 1 was all right. I thought it was like pretty solid, but I felt like it needed more of an oomph for me. The episode I got that was the Harley Quinn episode. I thought that Harley Quinn
I was going to say back half,
fantastic.
It seems like Harley is coming back. We're actually getting, Joker's been present. So we'll see him as well.
So far.
Yes, but are we leading to Killing Joke because he's wearing that like the trench coat from the Killing Joke? Are we?
It's so funny that this is the third thing now that Jamie Chung has done in the DC sandbox. It's funny that they just keep bringing her back to stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys recognize her other projects or not.
Yeah. Well, she was in
she was in
Dexter. Right? Yes.
Is that her?
Yeah, she was in The Gifted. If anybody remembers
Dexter New Blood as well.
Yes.
If anybody remembers like the shorts that DC did like way back in the day, it was a short where she was deaf, and then in Gotham
she wasn't deaf in that?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then in Gotham they had her play Valerie Vale, and now she's back into this. For any X-Men fans out there, there was attempts to make her Jubilee in Days of Future Past, which unfortunately didn't go anywhere. But
if it's the actress I'm thinking of, and you guys don't care about this,
was it the Gifted? She was Blank. Is that correct?
She was Blank and Gifted.
Yeah.
And then she was in Once Upon a Time. She was Mulan.
Was she?
Was that her?
She was. Yeah, I'm pretty positive.
I might need to rewatch that show.
Listen,
and
that
she was
messy,
the
she
the news.
It's got 6 good seasons, man.
Not 7.
I don't know if I'd say 6 good seasons. 6 seasons.
6 watchable seasons, and then that's it. Nothing else.
But I think my biggest problem with the show feels like it's a lot of setup for another season that probably will never happen.
Have you seen the whole thing, Ben, or have you just seen the first
season? No, I've seen the first. I was actually going to watch the whole thing, but then I got distracted with stuff, so I ended up only watching the first 5.
Okay, good. Cool.
Yeah.
So
we're all on the same track.
We're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
Next,
does that speak to the quality? Maybe. Kidding.
Well, no, like I really enjoyed. So I watched the first 3 episodes when they dropped Friday nights or Friday morning. Sorry, and then I was really busy this weekend, and I didn't get a chance to watch them again until last night and today. And I meant to finish episode 5 before the stream, but I just didn't end up having time after work.
I get you. I ended up watching episode 1 at Comic-Con, and then I watched the other 4 this week. And
this might be a hot take, but and I don't mean to say this in a way that to suggest I dislike it, but when you look at every animated Batman show from BTAS to now, after Beware the Batman, this might be my least favorite.
I personally take this over Brave and the Bold, but I have a big personal hatred towards Brave and the Bold.
It's somewhat
Brave and the Bold at least
forgettable in some
Brave
ways.
and the Bold at least knows what it is and goes into that.
I think
at least it leans into what it's going for, whereas this hasn't done much to stand out from other adaptations to me.
I do kind of agree with that.
I get it's not as good as like the Batman 2004 series. I think season 1 and 2 are the most underrated.
I need to watch that show.
The first 2 seasons are incredible. I don't love its final season, but for reasons you will understand when you watch it. But that show is by far the most underrated Batman series. Its final season just feels like set up for a better show.
Don't they do like a Justice League season or something?
Yeah. But that's their final season, and it just it feels like set up for a show that never happened.
Which season did Justice League season at the end?
The Batman 2005.
Oh yeah, Oh, you're right. I did like that one. I remember binging that
when
it was on Netflix at one point. Yeah,
that show is very underrated to me.
Then you had the Batman vs Dracula movie too.
I was gonna say that was set in that universe. Yeah,
that movie's fun. Yeah, that show is a good watch though. If you want something similar to BTAS, not similar in terms of quality, but similar in terms of you liking for Batman, that's good.
Batman Beyond.
That's a whole different thing.
Batman Beyond, it might be a cop-out answer to say Batman Beyond is my favorite animated Batman series.
I get it.
Like
personally, not for me, but
I love that one a lot. But, well, and also though, I am a fan of Spider-Man Unlimited as well. I watched that one a lot.
I liked that show too.
It's so funny. I didn't realize this until years later that it was only 1 season. Yep. As a kid, I could have sworn there were like 5 seasons. But it was
a 90s show there are.
Yes, I know. But like that, I don't know why. Like I just remember like reruns of it being on all the time when I was a kid. And I thought that there was so much more than there actually was.
Spider-Man Unlimited?
Yeah, there was only 1 season.
There's only 1 season.
I watched that show for the first time only 3 or 4 months ago, actually.
Yeah, both Unlimited and the MTV show, which... there are things I like about that MTV show.
I couldn't watch that MTV show. The animation's so weird to me. Like
the animation's clunky, and then they tried to make it like like canon to the Raimi movie.
Yeah.
Spider-Man
Isn't
show
it? Is it Neil Patrick Harris as
voice of Peter? Yeah.
Yep.
as Peter? Yeah.
And they even tie a little bit of Daredevil into it by bringing Michael Clark Duncan in to play Kingpin. I was like,
Oh, really?
all right, that's pretty cool.
It's such a weird thing, but like I would recommend watching it just for the sake of this of a time capsule for a thing that will never be created again.
Yeah.
And then they have like in the last episode, Stan Lee plays this like antagonistic old man that sends Peter on a quest to like pursue Craven, and like Craven's the most recognizable villain you get in the show.
Yeah, like they do a knockoff Vulture and a knockoff Black Cat in that show.
Vulture.
I thought it was knockoff Vulture. Am I thinking of a different character?
I don't think they do a knockoff Vulture. They do a knockoff Black Cat that Harry Osborn dates, and they call her Talon, which I'm like, okay, I see what you were trying to do there. But no, like the most notable characters in that show, like villain-wise, were Electro, Craven, Silver Sable, and Lizard. That's probably it. Because they reference Norman.
Yeah, I forgot Lizard was in that character.
They reference Norman being dead to like make it canon-ish to that first movie, and I'm pretty sure it was canceled by the time the second movie even came out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alrighty.
All right, Darren. I know we're going all over the place tonight.
That's all right.
Yeah, really.
Well, we have some more animated shows to talk about that aren't Spider-Man animated shows or Batman animated shows going. We have the other big one though. We have Superman. I will start with this. I will say because I finished binging this season this week because I was really behind on it, and then I watched Cape Crusader and watching a Batman and Superman show back to back. I didn't realize how much I would just enjoy watching.
I was about to say I did the same thing. I watched last night while I was doing cardio. I watched the Superman episode and then I went back and watched another episode of Batman. I was like, oh, this feels cool. I was like, it feels weird to have to hop streaming services to do that, but
it does. But
it was fun.
But I mean,
just have that be your Rocky montage.
Listen, we have a Spider-Man show, we have a Batman show, we have a Superman show, we have an X-Men show. Thriving. Like all the big, all the big boys in like the comic book space all have an ongoing
and
show.
Hopefully all three are going to start. Yeah. Also, hopefully all three are going to start thriving in movies within the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Or all four of them.
I mean, one of them's been thriving in movies, so.
Yes.
Hey, the Batman Part 2. Where's the Batman Part 2?
I mean, Spider-Man's never really failed when it comes to movies.
No, he haven't. And Superman depends on how I've seen people hate it or love it. So.
Yeah.
I
don't get Jake started.
I'm aware.
But yeah, episode 8? This is episode 8.
Yeah.
We were talking about
almost done
at the start. Dear God, what a journey this is.
What a roller coaster.
What a holy shit. I don't know if I've ever felt so different every single week while watching a show of like, I love this, I don't love this. I love this, I don't love this. I love this, I don't want this. And the last 2 weeks we're like, these are fine, these are okay. And now it's back to like, all right, that's the show you promised me, back with Death of Superman. A couple weeks back.
Because that episode that came after it, like that Mixie Spitalik episode, I'm like, this is fun, but like also
it's fun. It's an episode that you feel
if you're not if you're not going to advance overall plot, you might as well advance character arcs. So I was fine with that.
It was funny. That's the episode.
I do love Mixes. Mixie Spitalik is just one of my favorite Superman villains.
What, Darren?
It's fun that was the episode that you guys watched at San Diego together on the
because they showed the episode that came after that at one of the panels.
They did, yeah.
I was like,
which I understand why this is the one they showed.
Oh yeah,
I absolutely get it now.
Because if they would have showed the last one, the audience would have probably been bored.
Yeah, it was a good choice, I think.
So this the episode they showed at the My Adventure panel?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, because I didn't end up going to that panel.
They showed it before episode 6 even dropped. Really?
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Which shows how little episode 6 kind of mattered. We literally talked about this last week, that it was one of those episodes that you pretty much could just pull out of the season and not miss it.
Also, I don't know if there's any Dragon Ball fans in here, but watching that episode, did it not look like they took the design for Mixie Spitalik took the Supreme Kai and the Elder Kai from Dragon Ball Z and just melded them together design wise.
No,
I mean, there's so much anime. Like, yeah, this show has always taken so much anime inspiration, but I think this season in particular. Yeah, this season in particular has been crazy. Oh yeah, right. I forget in the trailers we still are waiting for the John Kent with the Dragon Ball Z style trunk sword, right? Yeah. We're still waiting for that, so that's somewhere in the final 2 episodes.
Yeah,
I just couldn't get that thought out of my head looking at the visuals. I was like, I just keep seeing Supreme Kai at time whenever I look at you.
Yeah, and that's a negative for people, which I don't really get. Where it's like, this thing I love is imitating another thing I love, and I hate it for it. I don't know.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
I wasn't bothered by it. I just found it an interesting choice.
No, for sure.
Yeah. I never thought. Before this show, I had never thought about turning Superman into an anime series.
But it works.
It does. It does. Well, when they go full in on it, again, this is basically like a Dragon Ball episode because it's like a fight scene the entire episode. Nothing really happens outside of a couple conversations, and then it's just action the whole
My
thing.
Adventures has always, for me, thrived with its fight scenes.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, because the animation quality is so well done.
So good. I remember when I watched the season 2 finale for the first time, and I couldn't believe what I was watching. I was like, I can't believe they could pull this off.
Yeah. No, there's so many places to start with this because this one is right in line with the Death of Superman episode. It feels like it's almost a sequel. It is kind of a sequel.
It is because did you notice the title of this episode?
Oh no!
What is it? It's Reign of the Super.
I think it's Reigning Supermen. Yeah, is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was another moment
there.
Yeah.
I had a similar moment as to that episode where I'm like, there's 8 Kryptonian things flying across my screen. And I was like, this is crazy.
My brain hurts.
I don't know. I've made it clear on several streams and stuff. I don't like the Reign of the Superman story. I really don't. I think the only cool thing to come out of that was John Henry Irons and Connor Kent. Because I could frankly care less about Cyborg Superman or the Eradicator. The concept of Cyborg Superman is cool. It's just until this show, and I don't love what they're doing with him in this show, but by default, it's more interesting than any other adaptation you've gotten up to now. So they're at least doing something different with them, and I appreciate that. But I don't know, just the premise where I'm like, all right, we're doing this, we're adapting this. We'll see how it goes. And I definitely enjoyed this episode more than I have the last couple this season.
I think this show does a very interesting way of it takes these pieces from comics and other mediums and it puts it in a snow globe and shakes it up. It's it's a little different. They're kind of all over the place, but it works in this kind of new mosh posh way. This was not Death of Superman or Reign of the Superman, but it has those elements there where if you're a comic fan, you're like, oh, those are some of the things I know, but also not oh man, I've seen this before. We've seen now with Superman and Lois and the DCEU and the animated movies, we've done Death of Superman quite a few times at this point.
I mean, technically they've done it twice in the animated movies because you had Superman Doomsday 20 years ago.
Sure.
Yeah, I know.
And you kind of did it in the DC AMU as well a couple of times with.
Clark, it was great. It was great in that, really, and then they even did it in Justice League is what I was trying to think of.
Wasn't there a Toyman episode where it's the whole world thinks Toyman killed Superman, but he was sent to either the future or an alternate reality or something?
Yeah.
So that's the Justice League episode I was talking about.
Yeah, with Vandal Savage.
He's in the far past with Vandal Savage. Superman was a caveman. Yeah, that was in
a good episode.
I think season 2 of Justice League, and then they tried to have a Lobo on there as his stand-in. I'm like, that's not gonna work. Good stuff.
I mean, let's talk about the major thing, and then we can kind of go back and talk about the little stuff. What's up with Supergirl, man? Is she okay? Is my girl okay?
I mean, they did kind of replicate that Death of Supergirl comic panel.
Yeah.
I would say yes, she'll be fine.
So you think she's...
No one even said it.
But it's implied. She's
Yes. For
Any
all intents and
opportunity to do that, huh?
purposes. Yes. That was a good one.
Please, we're talking about good shows.
You get booed out of this crowd, Taz or Jake. We all love
gosh.
it here. We all
Yeah.
love it here.
I'm
But no,
more power to you.
there was like a moment where I'm like, oh my god, they did it, and like, oh no, she's okay, and then I'm like, nope, she's not okay. She's not okay at all. God damn it.
Yeah. Well, I thought that they were going to. I thought they blinded her for a
Yeah.
second when
Yeah.
they like were
That big
dueling
flash of
beams.
red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
Dear
but
God.
here's the thing, though. I guess they kind of are leaning into the fact that Kara is probably more powerful than Clark,
Yeah, I think so.
as she usually is, because
mean-
of her, and it especially makes sense with this version of her with how she was raised.
Well,
You
didn't
know?
Clark just get his powers in season 1? Wasn't
Yeah,
that the thing where
well-
he just found out that he had powers, or no?
No,
No,
he
had
found
them.
out when he was a kid. Yeah,
had-
yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah.
But
He's had them since he was a
The
kid.
thing he found out
Never
about in
mind
season 1 was the Kryptonian ship in the yard.
Yeah, he
Gotcha,
just found
okay.
out about his Kryptonian heritage, but he's been.
Yeah,
But as
'cause he
Clark
knew about
does,
his
he
powers.
always holds back though.
Sure.
Yep. there's that
So
mental
even if he
handicap.
like on a technical like power scaling level, if he
if he
would
went
have
all
the
out, he probably
potential
would
to-
beat her.
yes, but the fact that Kara was trained as a soldier and Clark
Yeah, she has
was
more
not,
experience.
Yeah.
and also the fact that Kara is less inclined to hold back and Clark does, that's what makes her usually more powerful.
Very powered by
Yeah,
rage
agreed.
and emotion.
yeah.
Right. But like if Clark were like going all out without any sort of like mental block on him, he could beat her.
Probably. I am just very happy, and they did the thing I wanted them to do, but I didn't think that they were going to do, is that they're letting this Clark doesn't have powers and Supergirl has to step up storyline. They're actually letting it sit, because we've seen a lot of shows do this where they're like, I lost my powers, and then like an episode later, like, oh, it's back and we're back to normal. Like this is now the third episode in a row.
Yeah.
fourth,
I
that
do like how they're
hasn't
letting
had
that
powers.
storyline just
And-
go through.
And Darren, I know we're at this point in a rewatch of another series, but I kind of liked how when they did that in season 2 of like Superman and Lois, where he lost his powers to Parasite, they let that sit for a few episodes too. So you felt that impact, you felt that human nature.
Sure.
And then he eventually gets them back in the
A
finale.
lot of shows will just do it the same episode or the episode after. And it
I
never-
mean, we've seen
Yeah.
a lot of these like CW shows do this, where it's like, we're doing Flashpoint, and it's like, never mind, we're not doing Flashpoint. So
That's-
It's one, we're doing one
That's
episode.
that's probably the worst example.
It really
yeah,
is.
Yeah.
yeah.
that
it's
is
like-
also just CW being like, we don't know how to write this. Let's just do it quickly.
Honestly,
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
this is going to sound like there's a little bit of a bias here, but I feel like Flash struggled with those a lot more than other shows did, because you look at something for comparison, like the prison stuff on Arrow, that was a whole third of the season
I
where they
agree.
let that storyline extend. Whereas
Sure.
both Flashpoint and Flash's return at the beginning of that 4th season resolved immediately.
I think season 4 was just a messy season for that show.
Yeah, it was still better than a lot of what came after. Anyway,
Oh yes.
anyway,
You
not
know,
not going down that road.
we could go down Arrowverse stuff, and we have gone through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I'm
have.
curious to see how Daredevil does next season with a very similar situation at
Yeah.
More type plotline. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
It's
Um,
also why
Episode 9, are we still in the
that's-
prison? Like
That's been a thing of comics before, and I have a sneaking
Mhm.
suspicion that they'll adapt a certain run that I won't name. But
Yeah.
if you know, you know.
So yeah.
one of our questions a couple weeks ago, Taz, was when he comes back, will he have the memories that he had before, or
Mhm.
when they went back, is it a completely different version of John? And it is
Yeah.
not only a completely different, very different.
Yes.
Very different.
So
a completely different character altogether. Now, as a sister, which we were correct with.
We were correct. Yeah.
What was her name?
Laura.
Laura.
Yeah.
Laura.
Named after the mother.
Did they say the last
Yes.
name or no? They didn't say if it was.
No,
Lane
but
or
we're
Kent.
we're
Gonna
gonna
apply
go
it.
with the Laura Lane Kent
Yeah.
name from
Yeah.
the
Yeah, 'cause
Injustice books.
well,
yeah.
Because it was named after the mother of Laura Lervain. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it felt like It felt like Laura maybe took more after her father, like more traditionally what John was previously. Like I felt like she was closer to what he was. And then our new John or Jonathan, right? Felt like very Supergirl, like kind of where we met Supergirl when we first met her.
Right,
so
yeah.
It was just kind of like very very jaded, I guess is the best way to put it.
I did like the point where like I'm Superman. Like I am Superman. Like that's something he takes very seriously.
I'm not Superboy.
I'm a Superboy. I had to take over.
And that bit from like 2-ish episodes ago where he's like that's what Superman fights for, a better tomorrow. It just tells me that the show gets Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, they do.
Because honestly, and this is like probably not an unpopular opinion, but Superman's slogan that's been around for 80 years. I think it needs to be retooled to the better tomorrow instead of what it's been.
I agree, and I think most are getting on board with that, thankfully.
Because listen, I'm not saying the idealistic concept of the American way isn't a good thing, but
what about that?
With what the world has been turning into, just a better tomorrow is like the best somebody could hope for.
And I mean,
what's Superman's favorite protein powder?
What?
American Way.
I knew you were going there, and I didn't want to entertain it.
That's a niche joke that
I did not
of our audience is going to get.
I didn't want to entertain that because I had a shrewd suspicion that's where it was going.
Continue. I'm sorry. When I think of a joke like that, I have to tell it.
Like Superman shouldn't belong to one country or another.
No, he's the world champion. Like what's that line we always go back to, Darren? I can't give my allegiance to America. I gave it to the world a long time ago.
And my favorite scene in the 2025 Superman, I don't love all of that movie, but like their argument of like why should I be just for America? Like why should that be what I stand for?
Right.
I love their entire thing of like, across borders, who gives a fuck? Like they needed help and I helped them, and that's what Superman is. Like that stuff, it's so good, and I'm glad that most understand that when writing Superman. And they
kind of brought it full circle too with Kara's death. She basically tells Jonathan something along exactly. You are my better tomorrow or whatever.
That might be my favorite scene in the show so far. That was such a good scene.
It's such a good scene.
Yeah.
That's so good. That was so sick. I think this has elevated her as my favorite character in the show.
Yes, such a good arc from where we met Kara last season to where she is now.
Yeah.
The fact that she is willing to sacrifice herself for a random version of Clark and Lois's kid from a possible future. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a very selfless act.
And like goes back to kind of where we were setting her up in those first 2 episodes when she doesn't know who she is. She's like, who is Kara Danvers? And like, or not Danvers, but like, who is Kara?
Who is Kara, yeah.
And like even the like Cat Grant scene was like, why do we need a Supergirl when we have a Superman? Like, why do we need that? And this whole season has been her mentally proving her own worth and why the city needs her to her.
As if Supergirl wasn't there, everyone would have died about 30 times this season.
MVP of this season. Absolutely.
And if this wasn't a Superman show, I feel like it would be a matter of putting Supergirl on a pedestal above Superman and using him as that pedestal just to make Supergirl look better, but they're not doing that.
And that's and like that's the benefit of being able to have like an animated show, is you can do things that some of those live action shows couldn't do, right?
Yeah. Yep. Well, I think it's important this season too that it's shown that all members of the Super family have a purpose, right? Yes, the show is titled My Adventures with Superman, but Clark can't take on every fight by himself. Like he needs his family. For all intents and purposes,
right? My Adventures with implies his friends in the title.
Right,
itself,
exactly. In the same way that Superman and Lois is Superman and Lois. This is My Adventures with Superman. So Lois, Jimmy, Kara, now the kid, they're all as big of a part of this journey as he is.
And I think both of those shows do just such an exemplary job of showing how important Lois Lane is to who Superman is, because without Lois, as we've seen in other adaptations, he would go over that edge very easily.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And I do really like how they're like the Lois journey was kind of flipped with Clark this week, where like Lois is a bit more chill about the future things and she's more accepting, where Clark is losing his shit about like what he's done. And I thought it was a very nice kind of not that she's also not this episode, but it felt like a nice little transition from the last time we did this.
Yeah.
I just had an idea. I don't think they would do this, but you know how everything that Jake kind of brought this to my attention just now.
Oh.
The fact that every time we've changed the future, done something in the past, it's changed the future to like an even more dystopian future, right? What has been the constant of these dystopian futures? Clark is dead. Lois is like kind of like resistance leader. Now she's like General Lane, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. What if they fix the future to make Clark survive? But in doing so, now this new future, Lois is dead, and we get Injustice Superman as the cliffhanger tease for a possible never to be released season 4.
Yeah,
I really hope that doesn't happen.
I could see them doing it though.
I
don't necessarily want it to happen.
Listen, Injustice Superman had its time and place. I think that time has passed.
I think I don't want to see Injustice Superman like honestly for the rest of my life. I'm good.
Yeah, same. I know people really want like Injustice 3. I'm like, why? Do we have to? Do we have to go back?
If you can make Superman what he was supposed to be, sure. Because like that first Injustice game, when they do the whole like Earth 2 approach about it, where it's that Earth where Superman is evil. At least in that game, you have a good-hearted Superman to counter him, saying all these things like, like we're not gods. We don't decide who lives and who dies. Like that's not who we are. And whereas with Injustice 2, one of my many problems with it is that there was no one to be a foil to Superman. Like you had Batman, angry and moody, Superman, angry and moody for different reasons. Like there was no foil to that. So like if you're gonna have Superman be that way, then have an appropriate foil for him. And lately they just haven't.
I don't mind our Clark having to face against another Clark that is Injustice Clark. Like that's
right.
Fine
no, that's what I'm saying though. Is like that is his future basically, and then so you have our version fight this evil future version that they've accidentally created now. Like I could see it happening potentially.
I could see season 4 hypothetically being a future season. Like they have to go into the future or whatever. Like,
well, we've been having those, the theories about the Legion of Superheroes and everything. Like Kara goes to the future, Legion of Superheroes, and then maybe we find out something else is going on, something else wacky.
Yeah, we have what, 2 left? 2
episodes left. Yeah, and it's just like it's so weird. It's like it almost doesn't feel like enough time. Because it feels like we've kind of wasted so much time this season. Like we've just kind of bounced back and forth, and like you think that you win, and then you don't, and then you lose. It just like there's a lot of back and forth, and the way that this episode ends as well on this cliffhanger is very interesting. As far as like, okay, now what? Like, is there some extra villain that's external to even Lex now? Like, what's going on here?
They something's gotta change for this version of Lex, because he's just gets on my damn nerves. I don't like this take on Luthor.
Well, I don't like the fact that he was literally like arguing with Amanda Waller like she was like the teacher, and he was trying to prove that Superman stole my pencil. Like that's what he was acting like.
And like even in the Mixie-Spittle episode where they're in that like tournament, that contest of champions, if you will. He's like, wait, Clark Kent is Superman? Did everybody know this except me? I'm like, okay, so you're telling me an alternate Lex Luthor doesn't even know how stupid is this guy? It's like,
well, I mean, here's the thing with Lex is generally he doesn't believe that Clark can be Superman. It's not that he doesn't know.
He's like, this guy a reporter?
He can't. Yeah, exactly. It's that he can't.
It's the same conflicting logic you get with something like the movie last year, where it's like, oh, I made an exact clone of Superman, but I still don't know his identity.
But you still don't know his identity, yeah. But then that would mean that Clark would have to be more of a public figure for him to like, you know what I mean? Is like he clones him. It's not like there's a DNA database that's like, yes, this is Clark Kent's DNA. Like he would have to just.
I feel like you could do some sort of like you could do some sort of facial scan. I feel like.
I guess you're right. That's true.
Because I mean,
he does have unlimited resources.
Lex has a shit ton of resources. Well, had a shit ton of resources.
That's true. I mean, who's to say though that this Lex in the movies doesn't know Clark is Superman? You know, we just don't see him.
He might just not give a shit. He might.
Yeah, exactly. He probably just doesn't care.
Yeah, he might be like, I don't care. Like
I honestly don't even think he knows.
Interesting.
Yeah. At least they finally shaved his head.
They did.
Which I don't think I didn't even notice at first because we've done all the future.
Yeah, I thought I was like,
stuff.
what? Yeah, I was like,
was
his head shaved last week or no?
I didn't get that either. Yeah.
What's with the story on Lex having hair and that being a whole big arc?
Yeah, I don't need. Like... I'm done with that.
We need the origin of the hair loss.
I mean,
shout out Smallville doing it like 5 minutes into the first episode when he's 5 years old, and then.
I mean, Superman and Lois did it where like they show him getting into prison with her, and then he beats the guy. He beats the guy for his razor, and then gets his hair taken off.
Yeah.
I generally like the bald Lex story where he's been working with kryptonite for so long that it makes his hair fall out.
If they want to show it, I think that's the best way to do it. But I prefer Lex just being bald no matter what.
Right. It just like he just is. He just is a man who's bald.
Let's do a story where he's so stressed. Superman is stressing him out so much it falls out over the course of the journey. He's like, "What the hell? I had a full head of hair." Like you start the movie and he's like Thor and he has long luscious hair and he's like, "What the hell, man?"
No, his actual arc is that he was just around one day and Superman was like shooting his laser vision at places. Yeah, and it just like
his hair.
Exactly. And then he's like,
his punishment. Yeah.
Superman, now I'm going to have to shave my head. And he like burned off all the hair follicles. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
I really. I've been very hit and miss with this Jimmy Kara storyline this season.
I said at the start, so way too much.
I love where it started, but they kind of went away from what they were doing at the start, and we talked about this last couple weeks.
It's all Jimmy's fault. It's all Jimmy's fault.
Listen, I love where we started with it, right? Like his whole thing is like, I can't date her because she has to explore the world, and I want to tie her down. Great stuff. He won't tell her that though. Every time it's like, yeah, I don't know. No, tell her that. That is perfectly valid and good. Although I did like the scene. I guess more so on Kara's point of like, I want to believe you, but I don't know if you'll break my heart again. Like that stuff. I was like,
damn.
Oh god damn it, man! Like just tell her how you feel. God damn it! Like it's. And again, that's going to be the arc now, right? Is that she's dead and he's freaking out and I never told her, and then she'll come back in episode 10 and be like, I love you, I've always loved you, blah blah blah, we'll be together. That's going to be the trajectory, I think.
I think probably her resurrection, so to speak, will come from Clark getting his powers back. Is like he'll have something and he can just like, rub his hands together and like use them as like a defibrillator or something.
What if we do the? I don't want to bring this up because I didn't really like that plot line. But what if we like pull a Supergirl, and like she doesn't die here, but she gets sent to the future, and she comes back at the end of the season, but she's like with the Legion and she's married to Brainy, and so it's a thing of like, now you want her. But you can't have her because she's with someone else, and that's the next.
The only reason they did that storyline in Supergirl was because the actor couldn't film.
Yeah,
this is true.
I mean but that actually could make sense. Is like, oh, we've got to bring Kara back with us to the future. They're only there can we save her, basically. However, also there's a small wrench in that theory. Is the time travel device has now been destroyed as well. Or not destroyed, but taken by the Eradicator. So
agreed.
Yeah. We might be stuck with the kids going forward. Like we might be, which I actually don't know how I feel about that because I don't know how I feel about like multiple Kryptonians of that scale, just kind of around.
Roaming around.
Like,
Well,
Well, I mean, at
lame.
this point, the future has changed already. So shouldn't they just like be Marty McFlying themselves and erasing
I
from
don't
existence?
I did forget about Waller. When like Waller showed up, I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, you're a character in this show." I forgot. I like her Waller though.
That's
I
true.
think she did
Yeah.
good. And she seems reasonable. I feel like most of the time with Waller, I'm like, "You're choosing the stupidest option," and she was
Yeah.
like, "No, it's Lex. He sucks. Like we're gonna get him." I'm like,
Yeah, it's
"Oh,
like
I was-
okay, Waller's the only one with some common sense this
Yeah.
week.
I was fully expecting her to be like, all right, arrest all the Kryptonians and Lex is innocent. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I thought that's where this shit was going. But no,
Yeah,
Lex
No,
like
just-
sucks and like everyone knows he sucks and that's great.
yeah, and Lex was about to like he's gonna be like pulled, dragged off to prison crying.
What if you do like fucking Suicide Squad shit where it's like there's a bomb in your head, Lex, now you have to do what we say or some shit.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
I do wonder what would do
Lex
with Slade.
would find some way to get rid of it.
That's true. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know about this Lex though. He's kind of a moron.
Yeah,
In theory,
his
he
head,
would
his
find
head
a
is
way to
already
get rid of
shaved,
it.
so he can get to it pretty easily.
He like did the same shit like multiple weeks in a row where it's like I'm going to do this thing and they won't control me because I have control. And then he did the same exact shit again. And hypothetically, if we can believe the future, he will do it again eventually in the future. So this guy sucks. He's like typically like Lex always sucks, but at least he sucks in a way that's kind of brilliant. But here he just sucks. Like he's stupid and he sucks. I feel like. He just sucks.
not
It's
my
a
way.
lot of
Not my legs.
stuckage.
Everyone's just sucking, man. I don't know. It's crazy. Kara was a
Hey,
beast
yo.
in that fight. Kara fucking I love her fight scenes this season.
I do
She's
too.
so cool.
She's so
Yeah.
good. She's so great.
My God. Yeah, again, like this episode, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna throw it on really quickly for the episode, and I'm like, oh my God, why didn't anyone tell me this episode was this good? Holy shit!
Because the last two were very mid.
I mean, you didn't like Jimmy Olsen turning into a turtle? That's great.
Yeah, who comes up with this stuff?
Oh my God. Yeah. Now I'm glad it's back. I hope the next two episodes are following suit.
I hope
Of
so too. Like right now,
seasons.
this is currently my least favorite season.
I agree.
But
I
at the same
agree.
time, I think the Death of Superman episode of a top 5 episode of the series for me.
I
So,
think I
like-
had the same problem with season 2. Where like the first act of season 2, I was like, this is some bullshit. And then like the back half, I was like, okay, no, this is great. This is
I
Yeah, and
like,
it
I
is
think
interesting how they've done it. Is like it's like an off and on. Is like
Peak
important
mid,
episode,
peak
not important
mid.
episode. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. agreed.
Alrighty. Well, let's move into our final show this week.
Save the
I do
best
think-
for last, eh?
I think Superman was my favorite of the shows this week. Not to
Yeah,
say
I
this next
think-
one was
I-
bad, but
I
I
agree.
I
agree.
loved this episode of Superman. That was great.
Also,
Which
I watched the for the show we're about to talk about. I barely remember this episode, and I don't know why. Because I watched it like the midnight of, and I don't know why I barely remember this episode.
Yeah.
I've been seeing people call this people's least favorite episode, and I can kind of understand that to an extent. Although
barely
it
remember
does, it does feature my favorite X-Men character. They finally gave my boy his very own episode, and that makes me very happy.
Yeah.
As I say, I hard disagree with calling it least favorite.
It's my
I would call my
beautiful
least
goat.
favorite. It's just I literally like right before the stream had to look up what was the X-Men episode.
I
makes
had to do the same thing this week. I was like, huh. Somebody asked me about it today when I was at work, and I was like, yeah, it was a good episode. What was
was
this
it?
episode? Yeah.
I forgot,
Um,
like,
No,
I don't know,
It's
it's forgettable for me, and I don't know
definitely-
why.
focus on multiple characters I like, so that might be why I gravitated toward it.
I think
Yeah.
if it wasn't Nightcrawler, I would feel the same. Right? If this
Sure.
was like
Yeah.
fucking I Beast. I don't know. Like if this is a Beast episode, I'd
Hey!
be like, yeah.
Hey,
I like
hey,
Beast.
don't
I like
shame
Beast.
on
I like
Don't
Beast.
shame
I
on
do like Beast. I was trying to think of if this was Sunspot, right? Like if this was
Okay,
Sunspot instead of Nightcrawler, I would be like, eh. But anytime Nightcrawler's on
I was
screen,
gonna
like,
say,
my
I mean,
boy.
like East had he had a role this episode.
I named the wrong X-Men because I also really love Beast.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like-
that's why the X-Men are so good. It's hard to name a bad one.
Like
I
the
know
fact,
most of the cast is great. Yeah.
like the fact
mean,
that this
They are
like,
both blue.
like it was like Nightcrawler, Beast, Rogue. Those are probably like my top 3 in terms of favorite X-Men, and they were all like
fair.
Some of the characters that this episode was following. So I dug it in that regard.
I'm a Nightcrawler Wolverine Gambit guy.
Nightcrawler's my goat, man. I love him. Yeah, let's talk about this first because this has the internet angry. My woman for magic. Yeah, holy shit! She just stood there. She's like, "Oh, this is the end, I guess." All right.
She's like, "Well, I guess I'm gonna just get vaporized."
What's that?
The second you mentioned magic, by the way, the episode just started coming back to me.
Just insert the Man of Steel thing.
I was reminded of the meme from First Class where it's like, "Man who can't die dies" thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's like, she can transport. She could have just like she could just went over there.
Yeah.
But I'll say I loved what this episode did with Colossus, though.
No, Colossus was the goat.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
Colossus
was great. Yeah.
I have a sneaking suspicion that they might have him do a bit of a heel turn like they did with Rogue last season. Because not only has he been a Horseman of Apocalypse before, too, he's also worked with the Acolytes in the comics, which is what that's what led to Wolverine losing his medal in the first place. So like he's had some villainous tenures before. Even if you look at Evolution, he's a villain for most of his time on that show. So having him be an antagonist is not the craziest thing in the world.
I mean, he's kind of been one up until this point, right? Like, I mean, even this episode, he's more on the antagonistic side.
Well, you haven't seen him in 90. You haven't seen him in 97 up to now, when he only had like 2 or 3 appearances in TAS. So
yeah,
wasn't he kind of villain? And I mean, not villainous, but more antagonist in that show too. Wasn't he more so?
Yeah.
Fighting our team.
So kind of, it was based around a misunderstanding because there was so much destruction happening around the city. They thought it was Colossus, and then it turned out to be like, oh, he's not trying to do it, and then it's Juggernaut.
It's Juggernaut. Okay.
And then they have those two kind of go head to head, Rock'em Sock'em style.
I think I remember that.
Yeah. And then like one of the later episodes, they're dealing with Omega Red. And then it's like Colossus and Wolverine and a couple others.
Yeah, okay.
Like they help save Colossus people there. And that's most of his appearances in that original series. He's not in it a lot. It's about the same as Nightcrawler, actually.
I barely remember him in the original series.
Yeah. I am curious because I do think the end of the episode implies he's another member of our team we're kind of throwing in here.
No, the team's getting big.
That's one of the things I wanted to talk about, and that's been not that I like listening to online chatter too much because I think what has happened over these last couple weeks is X-Men has entered into character fandom war territory, where the cast has gotten so big. I don't know if you guys have got this on your feed. I saw so much hate on this episode online this week, and what has happened is the cast has gotten so big, you do have to sideline certain characters. And what has happened is, hey, my character isn't getting the love I want it to, or the screen time I want it to, so it all sucks, kind of thing.
I mean, you kind of had that in season 1 too, where certain characters were getting sidelined. So I don't really feel that, but like with a team like the X-Men,
it's going to
think like those comics. They weren't showing every character in every issue of a comic either. Some characters got more focus than others, and then insert number of issues later, then that character that maybe wasn't getting focused before would do the same. So
I will say it is kind of crazy. We got more Jean Grey in the Spider-Man movie this week than we did in the X-Men episode.
Yeah, I think Jean and Scott were people I thought were going to be the focuses of the season.
Yeah,
and they've had
they've
had a back burner.
Yeah, they've taken kind of a back seat. They had such a big arc last season. It makes somewhat of sense, but also they had such a big focus at the beginning of the season. It feels like we kind of just like dropped their story.
I mean, I would say that
goes tenfold for Rogue. Also, like she had she was very prominent in season 1.
Yeah, is like what has been going on with her. Like
we've very little. The way I'm seeing the season is a much more of a character study of different X-Men. Like every episode they want to
every single episode focuses on someone different.
Now with how a recent episode ended, I feel like Rogue's about to be getting a lot more focus with something that happened. So there's that.
This episode also has told me I don't think we're wrapping things up this season like I thought before.
No, I was gonna say I might be misremembering. Which episode had our apocalypse teaser? Was it this week or was it last week?
This week's episode ends with him.
This week's ends with both
the corpse, because last week was Gambit.
Was the card? Yeah. Okay.
That was last week, and
this weekend
okay.
The corpse of
okay. Yeah.
This is all
because they tied they're running together for me. But so
this
what
is the first
I'm
you've
thinking
seen from like X-Force and all them since episode 2.
Yes. Okay. So what I'm thinking now is rather than Apocalypse has reanimated Gambit as a horseman, like he's the new vessel. Is that what they're trying to imply? I don't know. Like if we have a Apocalypse corpse and Gambit's corpse now out there, did Apocalypse transfer his mind into Gambit? And if he did, why would he do that?
I don't think he did because
I don't think so either.
You never see Gambit's body outside of that room yet. So.
No. Also, something could have gone wrong, or you don't know, or he could just be trying to manipulate his horseman. Who knows?
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what to me is what that screamed is like. Okay, we got the card and stuff last week. We see the empty vessel this week. 2 and 2 together. That's at least where my thought process went. I could be completely wrong, but that's just that was my mindset when I saw it.
I ended the episode and I was very proudly. I don't know what that means. Can't wait to find out. I was like, I don't know enough about this. Like my X-Men knowledge is such bare bones of just the things I've seen, and I'm out of my depth.
I mean,
I try to help.
Knowledge.
I try to help, Darren.
What the hell?
What are you doing?
Oh, what?
I've never even used that. Why is that even there? What the hell?
Why is that even there?
What is this one?
Magic.
Oh, okay.
Let's guess if we had 6 people.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa! What the?
It's just me.
Sorry, I'm playing around too much.
Darren's like, yeah, screw that X-Men guy. We got all the help we need. Kidding.
Yes. No. But like, it's a good cliffhanger because it does like.
It is.
I think it's a good like theorizing. Like, we can have this conversation of like, what does this mean? And I feel like even people who know are like, I don't know.
As a big X-Men fan, I think it's got a lot of implications, and it'll be something good.
They're gonna do likely what season 1 did, and not just adapt one.
Yeah,
they're gonna mix multiple and put their own spin on it.
I agree, because because I'm a big X-Men like fan. I'm much bigger comics than a lot of their media, but I can see multiple storylines them adapting and such.
Mm-hmm.
But
a lot of the media aside from the shows is messy as hell.
I haven't seen X-Men Evolution, but I've thought about watching it within I want to watch it before Doomsday comes out, just to watch something X-Men.
Yeah, and like I do think my opinions on this season are going to land on how they end the season, because I know a lot of people haven't loved these last couple. They're saying it's fillerish. I'm okay with that as long as this season feels complete.
Yeah, there's no episode this season I think I've given lower than an 8 out of 10.
Like, yeah, they're all very good.
They're all good. Like, they're all good. There's just last season had a lot more 10 out of 10s. This season has maybe 1 so far for me.
Yeah, it's hard to live up to that first season because it had such a, I guess such a forward momentum that this season doesn't have. Like, we're taking some more time to like sit with certain things. Versus season 1 was just like go. Like there was something new every single episode.
Season 1 felt a bit more cohesive.
Yeah.
And if this kind of ends the same way, like I do think this season will be looked at as a kind of a breather season and also a big character focused season. And
almost I think a bridging season.
I think
I think you're right. Like, I don't think we're gonna be done with Apocalypse. I think we're gonna just get to the Apocalypse War itself.
Season 3 is full on.
I am
exactly.
Season 3 is good, but season 3, the first season, I will be worried about.
I don't know. From what I've talked to the cast and the executive producers, they're they're confident in the third season.
Yeah, no, I talked to Cal Dodd at Comic-Con, and he was very confident.
Yeah. Well, then that almost makes me think even more. Yeah, then they're just gonna save the whole, most of the apocalypse stuff for next season then,
and
or the rest of it at least.
Let me go on a mini rant really quickly. Like all the people on Twitter that's like, well, this is what happens when you get rid of Bo DeMeo, and I'm like, he's on this season. If you don't like this season, it's his fault because he wrote the season.
That is Twitter being Twitter. They like to hate without looking up knowledge.
It's so stupid.
They don't want to. They don't want to look up anything.
So they didn't change anything from his original.
I think he wrote
vision of it.
90%.
They might have, but like he is credited as the head writer in every episode.
Yeah, like he wrote. I think it was almost done.
Like he was pretty much like he was starting to write the third season when he got fired.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Interesting.
I think it's like 10% of the stuff he hadn't worked on, and then season 3 onward is completely without him. So,
like, yeah.
Do you think we'll see Kang again in season 3?
Sure.
I think we're more likely to see Kang pop up again in X-Men than we are to see him pop up in the MCU. So
yeah.
I really want Doomsday for the sake of it, just to open with Doctor Doom killing Kang.
We could see him in this season. I wouldn't put money on it though, but we could.
I've said I would like a little Avengers X-Men crossover, and I think that's your way of doing it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like that world and that universe, like they've got the characters to build an Avengers team, but there was never anything in that world.
No,
like
they had a shitty animated series, and that was it.
Going back to then, well, that wasn't even connected. But like those, like the heroes in that world were never called the Avengers. Like whenever you were doing things like Secret Wars and the Spider-Man show, it wasn't like Avengers. Like Iron Man, Captain America, the FF were there, but there was never that Avengers label.
Yeah, I really think they should just kind of continue to do in this world. Just like they did the world for almost in the 90s, and then just continue with a new show.
I'm down.
So I know they wanted to make a Captain America series in the 90s that never got off the ground.
Yeah, well, they tried a couple times.
They tried a few times for that one, but I don't know, just do it. Why not?
I'm done.
I think Marvel Disney Plus should focus a lot more on their alternate universe storylines and their main universe.
They're probably not even going to acknowledge that at all because they feel like people have probably forgotten or just flat out didn't know. It's kind of a big plot hole that Captain America is even back in this universe to begin with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For anybody who knows where you last saw him in Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Is that the last time you see him canonically?
The question of him being back is kind of a big a big hole because...
I didn't realize that was the last time you saw him canonically in that world.
Well, maybe... I mean... Also, like Spider-Man is kind of in that spot, right? Whereas, like the Spider-Man MJ stuff.
That's
was also
true.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen it, but I've heard stuff.
Well, apparently,
around MJ.
I haven't read it yet, but apparently that
I've heard.
Apparently that there was some resolution to it in a prequel comic.
Yeah, they made a prequel comic, and I've heard that
'94.
Yeah, and I've heard that they don't superly resolve it. But I've heard that they at least touch up on it.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Again, I think an Avengers show, like I pitch every week, could do a little bit of everything, right? Wrap up all these characters.
Actually, no, I want them to bring back 90 Spider-Man realistically. Do that.
I mean,
but,
with all these characters that you see morph transform into every week, that's enough characters for a roster right there.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a lot of that, especially.
Well, they already did the Iron Man show in the 90s. But that was the closest to any mainline Avenger you got of a show back then.
You had a Hulk show, and then
yeah, you did have a Hulk show. You're right. I forgot that.
Yeah,
didn't they also want to do like a Daredevil show at one point?
Because Daredevil appears 2 times in the world. I think he appears in Fantastic Four and Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he even had a Silver Surfer show in the 90s also.
To be fair, I think the Silver Surfer show is the most underrated show in that world. The Silver Surfer show is weirdly fun.
It's not the worst comic book show of the 90s.
It's not. No, it's got moments. And the Watcher in it for some reason.
Yeah, Thanos and Drax are in it too.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Really?
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun time. It's a fun... The 90s Marvel was such a weird time.
Everything was extreme and over the top.
Yeah.
I need to finish
90s
that.
And even into like early 2000s as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Darren, what were you saying?
I don't remember. It's fine.
But
sorry. I liked our lineup of characters this week. I thought we had a very fun little mashup.
It was a cool lineup. Yeah.
What is it? Nightcrawler, Beast, Rogue,
Polaris, Bishop.
Polaris Bishop, which we are. I know.
I love having Polaris Bishop a part of the cast.
When she was in the intro, I freaked. I love.
I was so happy.
I was like, yes.
Yeah, I love Cassandra. You know, like you can just tell how much Cassandra loves that character. You know, like she's amongst the many in those shows that I've met too. She's real nice. You know, she really wants to give her all into that character. But also this episode, for the first time in '97 since the original series ended, brings back Graydon Creed of all characters.
Oh yeah.
And if you know how his tenure in the original series ended, him being like pursued and kind of haunted by Sabretooth, and what Sabretooth recently said about him in the last episode that featured him, you can tell there's not exactly any niceties there between those two. And I thought with showing this character in the intro of this episode and bringing the character up constantly, I was kind of surprised we didn't get a Mystique appearance.
Yeah,
me too.
I'm very surprised we haven't got
like a flashback or something. Like wasn't there like a shot of
that? That was in the shot from the original series.
Like, that was in the intro, and they just put a shot from '92. And they've done that before because like they did it in the Wolverine episode, like the shots between him and Deathstrike, where
they're
it's from season 3 of the original series, and they just put it into there to kind of tell you, hey, this is where the episode's going.
Yeah. No, that I always forget how crazy that family tree is. Like that's a movie right there. Like once the MCU starts doing these solo movies with mutants, that's a fucking movie with like Nightcrawler, Rogue, Mystique, Sabretooth. Like that's a drama. That is Mary's story with mutants.
Most awkward Thanksgiving dinner ever.
I know, like that is. I don't know, like it's such a crazy, like we talked a lot about it in season 1, but like X-Men is a comic soap opera, like that's what it is. And I think I was like this episode, I was reminded of that, like, oh yeah, it's a bit silly sometimes, but I think it fits the world that they're.
It's a bit silly, but it's also very serious too. Like this episode this episode did get kind of like dark, very serious, very like philosophical. And I commend them for going like all in on that kind of stuff this week as well. Like I think it definitely did something that we didn't see a ton of, I guess, in the last few episodes, with them being more like just like kind of like side quest adventures. Like this was more so like a breakdown of the psyche, I guess, of the non-mutant characters and how they interact and all of that. So I think it was a very, as much as it was kind of like, again, a little bit of a side story, it was an important side story, very important character development for Nightcrawler, very important character development continuing for, Polaris as well. And it seems like they're progressing. And, a lot of Colossus stuff. It seems like they're progressing, maybe some sort of relationship there for Bishop and Polaris. Maybe it seems like. Yeah. I remember somebody in chat called that out last week, and I was like, I don't know, but then this week certainly.
It is interesting. We didn't mention this last week, but I thought it. But I was like, it is interesting that Bishop doesn't know about Polaris. Someone who like knows a bit about the history of the future and doesn't know Magneto's daughter.
I think it's showing that the future is changing.
Well, the future that Bishop comes from, that likely didn't happen.
Yeah, so that doesn't exist. Like, I think the future that he comes from, most likely Magneto didn't get killed.
Sure.
And which means if Magneto never died, Polaris would have never had the reason to rejoin the X-Men and, this,
well,
that, and
I'm not even saying all that. I'm just saying, like, I thought he would have known about his children, sort of thing. Like they're always...
Yeah, no, sure.
I don't know.
It's fine.
It's whatever. Is there a reason why he is still here? Because I feel like it's very
the writers
up in the
want
air.
him to be.
That's 100% it, right? Because like last season, it was like, okay, I'm here until my band is fixed, and then he came back because the X-Men were missing, and now that they're all back together.
Maybe he's doing it to make sure time goes right. Like he wants to be there before. Like maybe that's why he's sticking around.
Yeah, like I think the only thing is like Apocalypse, right? It's like okay, he's going to make sure Apocalypse is taken care of before he goes back. Sort of.
That's part of the reason why him and Cable are both still around, because of like how tied their destinies were to Apocalypse in the original series.
Yeah.
Like they knew that the only way for either one of their futures to be secure was if Apocalypse was gone.
Yeah,
sure.
Has there ever been a good future?
For Cable and Bishop?
No, just like in general for X-Men. Like no matter what, there's always some sort of like darkest timeline.
Something.
Like even after, the Wolf what was it? Logan still happens post Days of Future Past in the movies. And that seems like it ends with a good ending, but it doesn't, because then you have Logan.
In the comics there's like short periods of time where it's like everything's good, and then they have to obviously undo that.
I mean,
it's just like, what is the obsession with the X-Men and like just like the darkest timeline future possible?
Sure.
Like so bad to the extent you have to go back in time and fix everything again, or at least try to.
So the two most notable times they've been in a good future were in at the end of the Claremont era. They were it was depicted as being like not really utopia, but like as I guess as close to it as the X-Men would get at the time. And then a little more recently, Krakoan era did something very similar to that.
Yeah.
So those are the two most notable times it's happened. Days of Future Past, kinda, but then that kind of gets undone. So
right.
Yeah, which it does feel like from what I know of it, it feels like we're taking small little inspirations from Krakoa for like little tiny things here and there. So,
I mean, so that nation essentially like mutants essentially built this thriving paradise and conquered death as a whole, and that's their version of a happy ending. And it's like they create this functioning golden age of mutants that precedes this political collapse that ends up happening, but it lasts for a good while.
Mm-hmm. It'd be interesting if they ever attempted, like with like their thing of wanting 10 seasons. Like it'd be interesting if they ever like, hey, let's do a season of that, and then we go back or something.
Yeah. But like, just don't leave it to where like the end of a season where it's like, oh, is any of this going to matter? Like, don't have it be that feeling.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think there's been a lot of talk about the like Nightcrawler stance of things, which I think is always interesting. Of like, do people stand with his moral ground if he doesn't? And I think ultimately, I don't think it matters if we agree that he should live or if he shouldn't live. I think the thing is Nightcrawler believes that, and I think that's what's most important. Yeah. It's like he is Nightcrawler above like almost any other mutant in the show has such a high moral compass. He is like, this is what it is. This is how I believe, and this is what I'm going to fight for.
Because there's that line between him and Colossus where he's like, "You didn't convince me, but you would have convinced her." It's like
that was nice. Yeah.
Good stuff there, and that just kind of tells you how like they, even though everybody might not always agree with what Kurt says, they fully acknowledge the sincerity with which he says it. Sure, so like, and he's always had that sincerity about him.
Yeah, like I do really like that scene because obviously, I Creed can get fucked for all I care, right? But I think they do a good job at like making me believe during his speech that he should get a second chance, and I think that's the beauty of that moment of like, for a second you inspired us to want to give people another chance to grow and to change and to be a better
it's like
person.
Even if they don't take that second chance, like they're at least presented with it. So
right.
And like that's the whole thing of the X-Men. It's like they want people to be better, and if their lives are taken from them, then they never get the chance to grow.
And
it shows the separate. And it shows the separation between the X-Men and some of the more radical humans in this context, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Is kind of like showing mercy / seeing their point of view and trying to understand it.
And then we got this season's beautifully animated Nightcrawler sword action sequence.
Yes, we did.
I think season 1 just set such a high bar for that it's going to be hard to top it. But
yeah, absolutely.
But loved that whole physical confrontation there. This episode had gorgeous animation. Good lord,
That's
love
great.
the way.
Yeah.
Beautiful. But this show always it was really amazing.
Yeah. And
It
I'm not
was,
going to say it. I'm not going to say it because Darren, don't do it.
It was also cool being back on
Savage Land.
Savage Land.
Yeah, I never thought we'd do that
Lost. I'm
again.
like,
I
that's
never
not it.
thought we would see that
I
again.
love that environment.
Me too. I think we pitched this before on Nerdcast, Jake, but I'm like, an X-Men movie that takes place in the Savage Land. Like, think Marvel, like a Marvel dinosaur movie would make a billion.
Yeah, Marvel Jurassic Park, yeah.
Oh my god, it'd be so fucking cool.
Yeah. I thought we were about to get like a cameo from Kazar there or something there, who's another character we haven't seen since the original series, which I thought that would have been cool. But there are there's still a few things to kind of fill that void of more characters returning then, because like we said, Colossus is back with the same voice actor from 92 as well. So I like that he was another one that carried over. And I don't know. I think part of the reason I disliked this episode as much as I did, it focused on characters I really liked, but also at the end of the day, it told a really compelling story. So
yeah, I don't hate it. Is it? I think saying an episode's my least favorite in a show like this is like saying, I hate a season of Breaking Bad. It's like I like all of them. Like it might be my second least favorite, but like in a batch
behind what you think?
Probably the Jubilee episode, even though I think I also preferred it over the Logan episode this season. But
I mean, if I had a least favorite, and again, like you, not even to suggest I didn't like it, probably the Danger episode, even though I really liked that one too.
Really, that's my favorite of this season, I think. Next to the Magneto episode. That one, of course, is number one.
That is the only perfect episode this season.
I love the Danger episode.
The Danger episode's fantastic.
My top 3 for this season are probably episodes 1, 4, and honestly, this one's up there. One was the Scott Jean Storm 4.
That was such a good setup.
Well, and then the X-Force episode 2.
That's up there. That
I like that one a lot. Like both episodes 2, like that one, like, and I even made this case like during the Wolverine episode. I said that episode did for Morph what episode 2 did for Jubilee. Made the two of them like way more, not only cooler, but just more compelling as characters.
Yeah. Yep. No, and I think that's the theme this season. This season is a bunch of these solo character focused episodes. Every episode has focused on if it's Scott and Jean, if that's Magneto, if that's Jubilee,
right? It's like a singular character or a group, a team of characters,
and the intro often reflects that.
And then next season, I think it might be balls to the walls. All right, full on war, basically.
Right, and it's like okay, now we've got our full team assembled.
I think that's also I think it's growing out our team. And
to me, my X-Men.
I could see either this season or next season, maybe we literally split up the teams. Like we're like, okay, you go here, you go here, you go here.
You mean like this season?
Like, Endgame style kind of like, okay, a bunch of mini factions going.
Well, that's kind of what I thought this season was going to be, is that it would be more like individual team fights with Apocalypse, but that they might be saving that for next season.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think it'd be cool if they did kind of like what you saw in Evolution's finale, where they sent teams of X-Men across the world to battle the Horsemen, and then they didn't stop Apocalypse there. They just kind of delayed him, which that would have gone on more into the 5th season of Evolution that they had planned. But like you had like a team led by Jean in Egypt, a team led by Kitty Pryde in Mexico, Beast led a team in China, and then like Wolverine, Storm, and Nightcrawler went to not Storm, Wolverine, Cyclops, and Nightcrawler went to like the heart of where Apocalypse was based out of. So like you had them attacking his roots from all sides, basically.
Speaking of Kitty, they need to get her up in here too.
Seriously.
Yeah, I mean she was on that board at the end of season 1, and hasn't been in the original series at all.
Apparently,
No,
I didn't
there's a
even
lot of
catch it
behind-the-scenes
on.
reasons.
I didn't catch it on my go through of it, but apparently there's a quick Scarlet Witch cameo in this episode where you can see the top of her.
Yep.
Yep. Which means they're no longer off-world, like the ending of season 1 implies. So they can come help us out. Why don't you call your siblings? Players, come on.
Why not?
Interesting.
You want to check up on how your dad died or something like that? I don't know. We could use Quicksilver. We could use the Scarlet Witch. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's all the thoughts I have on this episode. Again, not a crazy episode.
No,
but pretty good. Pretty good.
The final two are really going to make or break this season for
me. I would agree with that.
I
think they need to land. They need to hit the landing for me, for sure. Alrighty. Any final thoughts on these before we start to wrap this thing up?
No, I think that pretty much covers it.
I think we're good. Let's see where the season
covers
ends.
it. Yeah, I'm excited for these last couple. I'm really excited for these last couple.
Yeah,
so
me too. Give me 6 seconds.
You have 7 seconds.
Damn it! I was hoping we wouldn't do that. I gotta know better when it comes to Taz, though.
Yeah.
Like, any chance you get to do that, you will.
Of course.
Any chance to do that, and also to.
As soon as you started talking.
Oh my goodness.
You know your friends.
Well, that takes us to the end of our episode today. Yeah. I think we made pretty good time with all we had to talk about.
There's a lot to cover.
Yeah, there's actually a lot more than I thought there was going to be tonight.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it is going off your title, Darren. So many things to talk about.
I changed it last
So
night.
many things, so little time.
This and this and this and this and this. There's so much stuff. So much crazy stuff. But yeah, we're gonna call it there. We can go down the mystery line and do our shout outs and stuff. Taz, are you working on anything? Got that nice Superman shirt on. What you?
I mean,
have a return of a show, maybe?
Maybe? Yeah. So, what am I working on this week? Darren and I have kind of been talking behind the scenes. I think we're gonna bring back the Legion Lounge on I believe Thursday night or Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, something like that. We're gonna talk about specifics once we get off here, but gonna do a nice full stream for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm thinking maybe we put our current Spider-Man rankings in there because we did that the last time we talked. Yeah, so I think one of the last times we did a stream together on my channel was for Across the Spider-Verse.
It was either that or Flash. Yeah.
Whatever
one came out last.
I kind of want to throw my Spider-Man rankings in there just to generate some controversy.
Okay.
You do have a crazy list.
I have a bit of a crazy list too. Yeah, so it was Flash. Flash was after. This was 3 years ago, Darren. That's crazy. Okay, so we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back.
A lot has happened in 3 years.
Yeah,
that is true. That is true.
So,
what is that? That is a show that Taz hosts on his show.
that is my stream. It's like these streams, but like with some nice, cool lo-fi beats in the background. That's the only difference.
Are we doing it as late? Because we did those at fucking
1
a.m.
super
in
late.
the morning.
Yeah, we did. No, definitely not that late. I do have to be up at 4 a.m. Friday. So actually, the earlier the better.
Those were a vibe, though. They were
so good.
They
were so good. Yeah.
All right. Well, look out for that potentially.
Yeah.
Jake, you're fully back from Comic-Con. You getting back into the flow of things. Got anything you're working on that you want to shout out?
First, I don't know if anybody here watched it, but I want to give a shout out to the Lost Level stream that we ran last night where we were playing Skyrim for a good little bit. We had a crap ton of viewers in there. We peaked at 75 viewers at one point. It was pretty damn awesome. Yeah, I was actually really surprised at that myself. Got a video review for the latest batch of X-Men episodes coming soon. Some Spider-Man content, some Arkham content, a lot of bonus videos that I'm trying to get out of the way, close to both 2K subs and monetization. I passed 1,800 while I was at Comic-Con, so come on, that's close to 2K. I think we can get there. And I'm also workshopping something to get kind of a, I guess for lack of a better term, companion stream series to Lost Levels potentially started. I want to see how that's going to go. I have to like run the idea by a couple people first, see how that's going to play out. But I'll just say it involves one of my favorite franchises, and if you know me, that might give you a clue.
All right.
Nice.
Ben, you working on anything that you would like to shout out?
I am working on something, but I can't talk about it yet. But we'll do eventually. We need
a compilation of every time I've asked.
NDAs are meant to be broken. Come on, give us something.
No, it's evolved so much since I first mentioned that. Like it's evolved into something entirely different, pretty much. But
that's so funny.
It's still in the works. I'm working on a logo for something right now. I'll just say that.
Ooh,
okay. Well, very nice.
But
keep
it's in
us
the works
updated.
and stuff.
Keep us
and
updated.
then we're just watching Korra right now. So
how is Korra treating?
I finished season 1 like a few days ago. I like season 1 a lot more than I thought I would. I really like season 1.
I will say, be prepared for season 2.
I have heard it's by far
the ride.
I have heard.
But season 3 is a joy. Season 3 is an absolute pleasure.
I'm looking forward to it.
Just keep us. You have to keep us updated on your journey.
I will.
And
what do you got, Darren?
What do I got? Depending on if I can get this person's schedule, should have a pipeline later this week. Hopefully, talking about Avatar Aang. Speaking of Avatar. Avatar Aang and Heartstopper Forever. We're just combining those two because we've missed both in pursuit of Spider-Man. Be Thursday, I'm hoping. We'll see.
You're about to reach 200 pipelines, aren't you?
We are later this month.
The pipelines are growing quickly.
It's crazy. Second channel stuff. We're back on the Kingdom Hearts grind this week as we transition that into our live stream Saturday show. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes live. And then after the credits, next Monday, we'll be back on the grind, as you will, as we do even more X-Men 97, even more. I think it's penultimate. I think it's penultimate for X-Men and
pretty
Superman.
much identical to everything about this week.
Yes, and we're going to be wrapping up Caped Crusader, and I would like to do a segment on Ted Lasso next week, as that is coming back this week. So it might just be me rambling, but we'll see.
I've
never seen it.
Binge it for a while. I want to binge it so bad.
Yeah, man, that's going to be very different than the kind of shows we typically talk on here, but I'm a big fan. So that will be interesting, and then just to stay up to date. Like this month is when shows and this month, next month, really the rest of the year shows are back. Like it was a slow summer, but Lanterns is the week after that.
Yeah, you're right.
I think we've talked about wanting to maybe do Nightfall when that comes out later in the month. Stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Is that coming out this month?
Yeah, I forgot about it when I made our schedule, but I was like, I think we should put that on the schedule.
August 25th.
Yeah. I didn't know that was this month. Awesome.
Oh, actually, they'll probably be September then, huh?
So is it dropping as is it going straight to streaming first, or is it a buy?
I think it's a buy.
It's probably
buy red.
So it releases digital and then streaming.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that as it gets closer.
Yeah,
we'll talk
for sure.
Yeah. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. See you next week for more funness, and goodbye. Have a great one. I'll see you on